Reliable performance? It's a Honda. Versatility? You've got all-wheel drive. High IQ plays? That's Honda sensing technology. Resilience and grit? You bet. After all, it's Canadian. Make your playoff drive count. Bring home the Ontario-built CRV Sport. Lease today with rates from 0.99% for 24 months. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are on Sirius XM.
They score! Bobrovsky got it! His first overtime game winner!
Hear every game, including the hometown broadcasts on the Sirius XM app. For a complete schedule, go to SiriusXM.com/sports. And check out the daily discussion on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app. NHL Morning Skate.
Frederick Anderson, number 1 goal coming with the Canes. Congratulations on the contract extension.
Good organization that have high standards and want to push for a championship every year. We haven't gotten to the ultimate goal, but we've been knocked on the door, and that's the perfect situation. Being on a team that's got those aspirations.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stone. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The Points with Boomer Gordon.
16 out of 32. If you know your math, that's 50%. In the last calendar year, just 50% of the teams in the National Hockey League have made a coaching change. That is absolutely ridiculous. Either coaches in this league just suck. They've been the scapegoats in this league for years and years and years, decades. It's an epidemic at this point.
Points with Boomer Gordon. 1 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. No one brings you the passion of the beautiful game quite.
Company, helping GTA homeowners like you for over 65 years with affordable solutions.
Welcome into Molson Lakes Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the series lead after dropping Game 3 in overtime to the birthday boy Brad Marchand. Spoiler alert, he might be one of my players to watch.
I figured you wouldn't be able to resist.
I can't resist. He's been a Leafs killer, and he did it again on Friday night. But the Leafs are 11-0 in a best-of-7 series that started at home after leading 2-0. A lot of factors there, but they're looking to take the 3-1 series lead tonight, where they would be 13-2 all-time in a best-of-7 series when leading 3-1. Odds are in their favor if they could just get the W tonight.
A split in Sunrise would be an unbelievable thing for the Maple Leafs, but to get it, they have to win.
A split in Sunrise
tonight.
It's like a nice cocktail.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Anyway, Brad Marchand, who probably won't be celebrating the birthday with cocktails, has quickly become, despite, being like 10th, 11th, rung on the ladder for the Florida Panthers. Very, very important in the series to Florida, because it seems like after scoring the overtime winner that his third line with Anton Lundell and A2 Luosterainen will be going head-to-head with Auston Matthews tonight. That was something that Paul Maurice went to in Game 3. I'm not going to say it spurred on the results, but the matchup game is changing. And if Marchand can be one of the reasons why the struggles don't continue, but maybe begin for Auston Matthews and Mitch Marner, he would make himself even more part of the story after tonight.
Yeah, matchup game will be interesting tonight. Florida getting the home ice advantage for the last time before they head back to Toronto with a Wednesday night start. And that will be Game 5. So let's get to your key to victory, brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home ice advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly built here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today.
Yeah, I'll stick with just kind of my point there, or at least expand on it. The Matthews line has to do to the third line, that being Marchand's line, as it's done to the Barkov line, which is just win minutes. Because if they don't, I think it creates issues elsewhere. Barkov, if free to play against the John Tavares unit, it could be a little lopsided in favor of Florida, and it was at times in Game 3. And that gives Sam Bennett and Matthew Tkachuk a matchup against a bottom 6 unit for the Maple Leafs. So, yeah, you want to play that game, you want to play a bottom 6 line against our top line, that being the Maple Leafs, then there's got to be consequences for that. So it's on Auston Matthews, Mitch Marner, and Matthew Nyes to make sure they win that matchup.
How about a bonus key to victory?
Sure.
Just be the better goalie tonight if you're Joseph Woll. Like we talked about on the pregame show, between Joe Woll and Sergei Bobrovsky, it's not, pristine, museum-worthy goaltending.
It's not in the Louvre.
It's not in the Louvre. Don't hang any of those things in the Louvre. But tonight could be you just look down the ice if you're Joe Woll. This guy isn't having his best either. Just play better than him. Just think that small sample size. Obviously Anthony Stolarz not being in this series has changed things a little bit. I think there's probably a couple goals from Friday night you might have wanted back, but just focus on tonight and be the better goaltender. That's my bonus key to victory.
Yeah, it's been bad, Bob. He's faced fewer shots than Joseph Woll so far. He's allowed more goals, 13-11, 13 goals on 81 shots for Sergei Bobrovsky. You've got to expect that he'll be better, but that doesn't mean Joseph Woll can't be better than the standard raising for Sergei Bobrovsky. Let's get to your player to watch, presented by Bet365, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Play responsibly. Visit ConnexOntario.ca.
I'm going head-to-head with the two big guys. How about Auston Matthews? We talked about it in the pregame show. He hasn't been scoring at the prolific Auston Matthews rate. But, I'm going to be positive today. It's Mother's Day. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful day in the city. So plus 155 for an anytime goal for Matthews to get on the score sheet. But he has been contributing, as we mentioned, assisting, being positive defensively. So for 2 points, it's plus 205. For 3 points, 7-1 for Auston Matthews. And, of course, I got to give you the birthday boy stats. Brad Marchand, 275, plus 275 anytime goal. If you think that line's going to cook Matthews' line, well, he's plus 470 for 2 points and plus 1,500 for 3 points. I think this is the most intriguing part of the game tonight, these two lines going head-to-head. Who's going to be the alpha dog, Matthews or Marchand? And I'm going to go with the Leafs being able to trump Marchand's appearance on Friday night, but I'll give you both because I'm generous tonight.
Okay, let's give you the other lines because there's a lot about this unit, but other players will be factoring in tonight. The top line, as we mentioned, for the Maple Leafs, Nyes, Matthews, and Marner. The second line will be Max Pacioretty, who was dropped from the second line in Game 3, but will return in Game 4. Pacioretty, Tavares, and Nylander. It'll be Bobby McMahon, Max Domi, and Pontus Holmberg. And Lawrence.
In for the Panthers, poked away by McCabe. Rolling puck back behind the net. McCabe, a shoulder into Marchand, then he dumps over Lundell. No call there, although the fans wanted one. We've gone 30 seconds, early stages here from Amerant Bank Arena. Lundell, a takeaway in the corner as he ripped it from Tanev, but back to help out for Toronto, Auston Matthews, and the Leafs captain will play it rink wide for William Nylander. Across the ice again, on the money for Max Pacioretty. It's dumped in. Nylander tries to center, couldn't get a pass through. John Tavares for Toronto along the near boards, rolls one in the direction of Pacioretty, didn't get it to him. Barkov out of the zone for the Panthers, gives to Aaron Ekblad, and the puck played in. We've gone 1 minute, no score early on. Panthers Leafs Game 4.
For the Panthers, just getting off that better start here. See if you can dump some pucks in, get some pressure on the forecheck, get it established as early as you can. Don't wait till the second period like last game.
Aaron Ekblad, a hard hit on John Tavares in the neutral zone. Now in go the Panthers quickly. Barkov in front, and Joe Woll a piece of it. Then a Leaf tumbling into the goalpost, knocking the net ajar. That was Max Pacioretty, who lost his footing. Ekblad, though, a good neutral zone hit on John Tavares, and those two had a couple of battles individually back in Game 3. Battles, to say the least, at times. Had to be separated on at least one occasion. 1:21 in first period. No score. Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs here tonight.
And that all starts with back pressure from Barkov. If you get the back pressure from the forward, that allows your defenseman to stand up. And then Ekblad took his chance there, knowing he had support on the back end from Barkov and was able to get a good piece of Tavares there through the middle of the ice. Then the Panthers, good breakout, leads to a 3-on-2 the other way, tried to force it into the front of the net before the pass could be made across. Joseph Woll able to get it with the goal stick and cover it up.
Off the face-off, the Leafs have it. It's Morgan O'Reilly clearing one out through center. Back of the Panthers line, Nate Schmidt drills one along, picked up by Brandon Carlo. He floats it back through the neutral zone. That'll take a hop all the way down to our right. Off a man at center ice, goes deep into the Panthers zone. Pontus Holmberg runs one down for the Leafs. He'll shuffle it to Bobby McMahon. Over for Holmberg, a shot that was sent weakly wide that rims around the end boards and picked up by Verhaeghe. He sends it out through center. Sam Bennett, right side of the circle, a shot and a right pad save made by Joseph Woll. The puck cleared immediately by Brandon Carlo for Toronto. Far side of the ice, Matthew Tkachuk sidesteps Max Domi, got the puck in, and then an immediate clear from Toronto from Morgan Riley. And do we have a penalty upcoming here, Billy? 2:04 going
it's gonna
by
be high
first.
sticking, it looks like, against the Panthers.
No score, 2:04 into the hockey game. What do we have? We're waiting for the official ruling. They're checking Matthew Tkachuk. I think it may be a penalty against the Leafs.
Why'd they blow the whistle when Bobrovsky went behind the net unless they touched it immediately? So, yes, this is going against Toronto, and it looks... Is this going to be 2 or 4 minutes? Who they're going to call over? Max Domi to the penalty box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Tkachuk drew a couple of penalties this time, and Max Domi just careless with his stick. Was trying to dump it in, one hand on his stick, and just came across up high right into the face of Tkachuk. An easy call for the officials. Panthers 2 minutes and 4 seconds in, get the opening power play.
Panthers 6 for 24 on the power play in the playoffs, 2 for 8 in the series. And off the face-off, here's Toronto to control. They win the draw, and the puck shuffled along by Marner. Didn't get it out by Seth Jones. Public's power play for the Panthers. Into the near circle, here's Verhaeghe. Jones, a shot, and that one deflects away from the front of the goal. Barkov here on the near side. Takes it down to the corner. Barkov behind the net. Tkachuk over to the far side. Sam Reinhart covering the right point. Down and around the end boards. Then he'll wind it all the way around to Barkov near half boards. Back behind the net. Back around far side. Reinhart up top. Jones straight on left circle. Barkov holds, fires, blocked by Tanev. So good at clogging those shooting lanes is Chris Tanev. The Panthers restart at center. Here's Jones heading in. Near side Barkov across. Here's Verhaeghe. A shot right into the chest of Woll. And the puck cleared by Carlo all the way down. 1:13 left in this Publix power play. 3 minutes gone by in the game. No score.
Panthers had 85% of their power play time in the offensive zone last game. Nothing to show for it. But they didn't get to the middle of the ice. There, Carter Verhaeghe's able to get to the middle of the ice. Force Woll to make the tough save.
Ekblad dumped over along the far side. Loose puck along the boards. Simone Benoit for Toronto is the man that got a piece of him. Now the puck played up the near side of the ice. That goes out to the line. Marchand hustles it down, keeps it in. Now Schmidt into the near circle. Jumped over the stick of Rodriguez. Here on the near boards, a battle for the loose puck. Marchand, Bennett behind the net. Ekblad right circle in front for Rodriguez. Bounces to Marchand. Out to the line. Schmidt a drive, and that one's wide. Stays in play off the high glass behind Woll. Out to the point, Nate Schmidt, right circle, it's Ekblad. Ekblad to Bennett. He's pressured by Calle Yarncrook. Now Ekblad again, here at the near point. Saucer pass, handled by Nate Schmidt to the right for Bennett in the circle. Wrist shot wide, off the end boards and then the corner boards. Ekblad keeps it alive, out to Schmidt. Right side in the circle, it's Sam Bennett. Bennett takes a look straight on Schmidt. High slot shot, that's wide. On a bounce, Ekblad after it. Backhand feed picked off, and it's Matthew Knies out of the zone for Toronto with the power play for the Panthers winding down. Panthers Publix power play into the final seconds. Knies hangs onto the puck in the corner, took an extra shove from Aaron Ekblad, and then a battle for a loose puck. Knies able to fish it free. It's played out to the point. Oliver Ekman-Larsson across the ice, touch pass far side. Riley down low, Nylander around the end boards. Ekman-Larsson near point, Riley at the line. Long shot tipped in front. Bobrovsky a blocker save, and the Leafs keep control. Tavares at the line. Off to the far point, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. A nifty feed to William Nylander, who blows it tire, and the puck poked away. A good heads-up play by Nate Schmidt, who'd been caught out there on a long shift, was able to help the Panthers clear. He gets off for a change. Morgan Riley, meanwhile, dumps it in for Toronto as we've gone 4:45 here in the first, scoreless.
And again, the Panthers spent a lot of time down in the offensive zone on the power play, but most of it's from the outside. They've got to be able to get into the middle. Toronto collapses back into that soft box, and the Panthers try to get shots through. And very adept at blocking shots are the Leafs, especially their defensemen. You have to find shooting lanes, find holes in that area. If you can't get it to the middle, the defensemen have to get pucks through. You have to have bodies in front. And that was a mainstay last game. The Panthers, just like that first power play, plenty of time down there to work it around, and the only time they got to the middle was Carter Verhaeghe was able to fake a little shot, hit Woll right in the Maple Leaf logo, and then the Leafs come down with a pretty good shift of their own, and Nylander finally just bobbles the puck.
Tonight's game presented by AutoNation. Game 4, Leafs lead the series 2-1. Scoreless here, nearly 5 minutes into the hockey game. Tells you how many shots the Leafs are blocking when Chris Tanev isn't even leading the team in block shots. Simone Benoit is. Usually Chris Tanev's a shoo-in to lead a team in block shots. Puck played up the near side, and he is second for the record, but again, illustrates how many shots they are blocking as a team. Down along the end board, Scott Lawton takes a shove. Holmberg, side of the net, tried to roll one out front for Stephen Lawrence. Couldn't. Here on the near boards, here's A.J. Greer. Greer up the near side for the Panthers. He'll dump it in. The puck goes deep into the Leafs zone on the end wall. Jonah Gadjevich, a good lick there on Jake McCabe. The Leafs do break it out. It's Holmberg rolling one up the ice. Down to our right, a race for it. Icing call. 14:37 left first period. No score. Men need to be smart about their health. Join Alonzo Mooring and a select group of health experts at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit, June 14th. Learn how to take charge of your health. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime. That fourth line getting into the action had a really nice debut in the series. Those three back together.
The Gadjevich goal, and they brought a lot of energy, and that's what you want from your fourth line, is not to be detrimental, but every time they touch the ice, they don't have to score, but just bring that enthusiasm and passion and help elevate your bench.
Here's a shot from the right circle, a save made by Woll, and then picking up his own rebound was Reinhart, and that one's sent wide. That rims around the boards, leaves the zone, and the Panthers will reload at center ice. Toronto, a wholesale change, and Panthers backed inside their own zone.
Reinhart in his bread and butter spot finds the soft spot between all five Maple Leafs in that high slot, and lets one rip. Got the rebound opportunity, nailed it up over the crossbar.
Reinhart keeping it down low. Benoit behind the net, running too hard by Barkov. Loose puck back behind the goal. Auston Matthews will scoot away with the loose puck. Backhand feed. It's punched out of the zone by Marner. Here on the near side, dumped down is Bobby McMahon. Evan Rodriguez, a transition feed to Reinhart at the offensive line. Reinhart dumps it in, cross corner. Panthers change out the personnel. 13:45 left in the first. No score. It's the Panthers and the Leafs. Game 4, Max Domi. Rink-wide feed, deflecting, and that goes into the open bench door, I believe, over on that far side as the Panthers were making a line change. 13:40 left in the first period. No scores. We have a stoppage in play. We'll take our first media timeout of the evening. Tonight's game presented by our friends at AutoNation. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. 13:40 to go, first period, no score. Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. Toronto leads the series 2-1. The Panthers coming off a Game 3 overtime win a couple of nights ago. Have you heard of Paint the Grain? Paint the Grain's DIY craft studio, which hosts workshops such as kids' birthdays, ladies' nights, and corporate events. They're located in Davie on Griffin Road. Check out paintthegrainstudio.com for their schedule of events and follow them on social media at Paint the Grain.
That rebound opportunity by Reinhart, we got a second look at it. He had an empty net from a sharp angle, but plenty of room there, and it ticked off the crossbar. That was a delicious chance after that original shot by Reinhart got stopped by Woll.
Brandon Carlo dumps one down to our right. Dmitry Kulikov, far side of the ice. It's Tkachuk, rink-wide feed. Bennett up to center. It's driven in. Down and around it goes. And here on the near side of the ice, Carlo back behind the net for Morgan Riley, and he tries to clear, can't do it. Kulikov, long shot, and that one wide. Here on the near board, Sam Bennett pounds it down low. Puck kept to the outside. Max Domi to Scott Lawton, and he will backhand out of the zone for the Leafs. And at center ice, Lawton on a loose puck. He'll work it off to the far side. Domi dumps it in. And on the end boards, Lawton shoved by Kulikov. Loose puck over on that far side. Marner trying to poke it free. Lawton from his knees tried to center a loose puck out front. Couldn't get it to Matthews. However, Toronto does hold the zone. Kulikov has it stripped away by Marner. A pass to the line, out of the reach of Jake McCabe. Fortunately for the Panthers there, the Leafs forced to reload. Tanev dumps it in. A funny hop toward the net, cut off by Sam Reinhart. He'll leave it here on the near boards for Barkov, but Marner read that. In comes Nico Mikkola to help out. He'll push the puck ahead. Evan Rodriguez up the near side for the Panthers. Rodriguez slams on the brakes. An open Barkov left circle, a shot, and that's off Matthew Nyes in front. A big collision as Marchand took down Tanev. The Leafs will maintain control of the puck, though. Here on the near side, Tanev launches one out of the zone, clearing for Toronto, and back inside the Panthers zone. Seth Jones to handle it. Coming up on 8 minutes gone by in a scoreless first period here in Game 4.
The Panthers up had around 70 hits last game. Marchand there ringing bells again, and it was apparent in the second period last game that the Maple Leafs were hearing some footsteps. They were making some turnovers, getting rid of pucks early.
Panthers significantly out-hit Toronto back in Game 3, as now the Panthers are going to be guilty of an icing. Ekblad cleared. The puck went all the way down. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary.
Very early on in this game, the Panthers' gap control, which Paul Maurice was talking about in pregame, has been really good and spot on. The forwards are coming back, helping out, and that is closing down those gaps, preventing that Maple Leaf speed. And that is the key, because the first couple of games really hurt you. In the start of Game 3, also, it was apparent. If you can slow down that Maple Leaf speed, that 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s opportunities, pendulum swings back into your favor.
Off the face-off, the Panthers have control. It's Ekblad, shouldered hard and taken down by the Leafs' leading hitter in the playoffs, Max Pacioretty. On the end boards then, Pacioretty shuffles a puck around. It's backhanded out front by William Nylander. Intercepted. Marchand on for Lundell. Lundell to center. He wrists one in, and that one is handled by Joe Woll. Not with absolute certainty, but he is able to get in front of it to make the save, and he covers up as traffic arrives on the scene. 11:34 to go in the first period. No score, some extra shoving following the sequence here. Now Gadjevich and Simone Benoit having a long conversation. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Robert Grieper is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control, steering the ship and steering it in the right direction, at least so far this evening, with a face-off coming up far circle down to our left.
Smart play by Lundell, just dumping it in on the goaltender. Knew they needed a line change, and not only did they get a line change out of it, they got an offensive zone draw.
And on for the offensive end draw. It is A.J. Greer taking the face-off. Doesn't win it, though. Puck played out the line. Nate Schmidt, a good hold at the line. Down to the corner for Gadjevich. Near side, Tomas Nosek. Out to the line, Schmidt. Long shot. It's just wide through traffic out front. Far boards, Kulikov. Bumped by Steven Lawrence. Loose puck into the far corner. Nosek in there for the Panthers. He'll play it around the end wall. Greer out to the near point. Schmidt across the ice. Kulikov, a shot deflecting, and a save made by Woll. In the far corner, a loose puck battled for Jonah Gadjevich. Looking out front. Can't thread the needle to the front of the goal. The Leafs come up with possession. It's cleared by Lawrence out to center. Nate Schmidt back in from the center circle. Gives to Nosek, and then an offside call against the Panthers as 10:58 will remain here in this first period. No score between the Panthers and the Leafs. Celebrate your team in style. Every time the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day, rocking your Panthers gear, and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime.
Happy birthday to Brad Marchand, 37 years old today on Mother's Day. Keep sticking along. That 14th game-winning goal, 5th overtime winner for him in the playoffs. 14 game winners are the most among active players.
Puck sent down to our right inside the Panthers zone here along the near boards. Battle for a loose puck. Verhaeghe for Matthew Tkachuk, and then Tkachuk stood up by Jake McCabe, but Sam Bennett to grab the puck. Oh, a hard hit. Bobby McMahon just
that's going to be another penalty on
part
the
of Verhaeghe from behind, and that is going to send McMahon to the penalty box, and a crowd draws here on the near side of the ice, and We'll see what comes out of this, but I would imagine the Panthers going to wind up on a power play here for at least 2 minutes. We wait for the final ruling. 10:41 left in the first. No score.
Francis Sharon, our referee, going to make the call for us. So McMahon gets 2 for boarding. And this is the flipped in the script. The Panthers are the ones that took a lot of penalties in the first 3 games. Maple Leafs shorthanded for the second time, and this was a couple of feet away for Verhaeghe from the ball, not expecting it, and just gets blasted from behind.
Yeah, coming into this game, Toronto had 12 power plays. The Panthers had 8. So that number's starting to get closer to evening out now as Jones gives to Barkov here on the near side of the corner. It's Reinhart winding it around. Tkachuk right corner. Out to the line, Seth Jones. Jones to Verhaeghe, top of the right circle. Tkachuk right side, back up top for Jones. Saucer pass that connects to Barkov. A shot, and that's fought off by Woll into the near corner. Then Reinhart to the line, out of the reach of Jones, and it goes all the way down to our right. Oddly enough, the Panthers were 0 for 3 in the game in this series that they won. Game 3, the power play did convert in each of the first 2 games, which the Panthers didn't get the desired result.
Yeah, not what you expect when the special teams battle and end up losing.
Puck played down and around by Tkachuk. Rims off to the near boards. Barkov back down low. Reinhart. Oh, he got run in too hard by Simone Benoit. That was a heck of a body check behind the net as Benoit got in there against Reinhart, who popped right back to his feet. No worse for the wear.
That was a big-time hit there by Benoit and Reinhart. It's got physical early.
Now Nate Schmidt to Sam Bennett. Pass straight on. It's Rodriguez. Lays it along. Bennett after it. Puck sent around the end board. Battle for a loose puck in the far corner. It's punched up the far board. Panthers have it. Schmidt down low. Handled by Marchand. Right circle. Up top Schmidt. Marchand. The pass a little out of his reach. 43 seconds still on this power play. Second unit on. Here's Schmidt. Tees it up. A blast. And that one just over the net. Rims around. Leaves the zone. 9:15 left in the first period. No score.
Second time we've seen Schmidt load up from the blue line, but it's been high and wide. Get your shots. If you're getting them through, get them down around where at least force the goaltender to make a save or somewhere where you can tip it.
Here's Bennett to the high slot after a feed from Schmidt. Near circle. Bennett down to the corner. Still has it. Sam Bennett out to the line. Ekblad there. Right circle. Marchand. Bennett right circle. A shot that's blocked by Tanev. Back out to the line. Schmidt. Power play winding down. Ekblad has it here at the near point. Pass across on a bounce. Sam Bennett's there. Bennett, Schmidt up high. Over to Ekblad in front of chance. Whoa, the save somehow, some way stopped Evan Rodriguez on a chance right out in front of a picture-perfect setup. And the Leafs get back to full strength. The Panthers 0 for 2 on the power play, though not for a lack of pressure and trying.
Stellar save by Woll there. Ekblad looks like he's going to rip it, and he goes backdoor to Rodriguez, and somehow Woll's able to do the splits. Get that left pad on it before Rodriguez could get that puck in, and a really good pump fake there by Ekblad. Looked like he was going to shoot all the way with a one-timer, and Woll never bit and stayed deep in his crease. And because he was deep in his crease on that play, was able to push over strongly with that right leg and get over in time. And that's a goaltender reading the play well.
That's a big save.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
At the right time there. He was able to really read that shot and knew Ekblad was going to pull up the last second and slides across and stonewalls Rodriguez.
Still early stages here, 8:18 left in the first, but biggest save we've seen either goalie have to make so far in this one. That save right there from Joe Woll, who's turned away 9 of 9. Anton Lundell into the neutral zone. Morgan Riley stops it up, and then Max Pacioretty will dump it in. Puck goes around the end boards, but now we've got ourselves a whistle, and it looks like an offside call. 8:09 left in the first period. No score. We will go to immediate timeout. No score here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. Back with more in a moment. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Celsius has been dropping new flavors, and one of the latest is Cosmic.
2:49 to go, first period. No score. Panthers in the Leafs. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The biggest names in the game.
Kudrov, score! The Lightning win it!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. IS HD2 Boca Raton.
So the Panthers and the Leafs here in Game 4 presented by AutoNation. We are scoreless. Leafs lead the series 2-1. Toronto is the team that's had to weather some storms early in the game so far.
Yeah, four defensemen with over 20 block shots in these playoffs, and it becomes really noticeable on the penalty kill. They are getting in lanes and making it tough for the Panthers to get pucks through.
The Panthers some good power play pressure, though they are 0 for 2. Puck play down by Morgan Rielly. Max Pacioretty, far corner. Ekblad in there against him. Does wind up with the puck. Ekblad tries to clear, but Nylander shoves him off the puck. There to help out, though, for the Panthers, it's Barkov across for Evan Rodriguez, and the Panthers get it out. Back inside the Leaf line here on the near boards. Rodriguez catching up to one across. Reinhart reaching for it, poked away. Ekman Larson battles Reinhart to the corner. Barkov after it then far side. He'll leave it out at the far point for Eetu Luostarinen coming in fresh off the bench. Couldn't hold it in though. Gus Forsling drills it back in from neutral ice. All the way around it goes. Deflects, and now the Panthers have it. Lundell, long shot and a right pad save made by Woll. Out to the near point, Mikkola. Wrists it behind the net, out of the reach of Luostarinen. Around it goes, far side. Lundell bumped down by Matthew Nyes. Loose over on that far side of the ice. Morgan Rielly a jam at it, and he's able to nudge it on for Matthew Nyes, who skates up towards center, plays one in. Nico Mikkola racing back for it. Nyes in there against him. Mikkola played it up the far boards. Marner took it away. McCabe out at the left point for Toronto. Backdoor pass. Matthews in close. Shut! Oh, what a glove save made by Bobrovsky to stop Matthews in close. Biggest chance Matthews has had in the series, maybe. And Sergei Bobrovsky, he comes to the rescue there to keep this game scoreless with 6:45 left in the opening frame.
Cross-ice pass, and Matthews wide open on that back door. Sergei Bobrovsky come over, and he stops. He doesn't overslide or anything. Just squares himself up with the shooter. Not a lot of room there. Matthews tried to stuff it short side. Bobrovsky had that glove out. Superb goaltending there, just squaring himself with not oversliding, not overcommitting. Got out pushed, got squared to Matthews, and alert on time. And that cross-ice pass was a beauty. And Matthews, as you said, that's one of his better looks that he's had in this whole series.
Out in front of chance, and Marner put it wide. That one right off the Matthews face-off win.
And the Panthers have struggled in the face-off circle.
And the Leafs traditionally do pretty well in that department. As Verhaeghe skates up the near side. He'll dump it down and around the end boards. 2-on-2 scrum. Puck squirts free, and after it is Matthews. But now
we got another Toronto penalty.
A hooking call.
Just 3 in a row against the Leafs.
It is.
Well, this is if you can't keep in these penalties.
Yeah, they're playing with fire.
Going your way, you got to be able to capitalize on one of them. And for the Panthers, now if they're going to sit back in that soft box. Now get it back to the point and rip it. Get multiple players in front of Woll. Look for those shooting lanes. And if you're a defenseman and you don't have the shot, shoot it wide off the end boards and just cause havoc. Can't look for pretty plays because they are collapsing down. And this ends up power play number 3. Talking about those faceoffs, that's a drawed up play there by Matthews. Quickly back to Marner. And Marner just barely missed the net.
Off the face-off, loose puck to the corner. Verhaeghe looking out front. Pass deflects off the side of the net. Stephen Lawrence doesn't clear. Tkachuk right circle. A blast. His stick broke right in half. And now the Leafs will bring it along. Scott Lawton banks it along. Didn't get it down. Second chance he does. And back inside the Panthers zone, Seth Jones to handle it. 20 seconds off the power play.
Tkachuk's stick just evaporated taking that shot.
Yeah, stick didn't help him out there. Here's Tkachuk to play it down to our left as he gets a new stick. And now in the far corner, Jake McCabe. He'll fling one rink wide and all the way down along the ice softly. That'll eat up time. And now Bobrovsky back behind the Panthers net to give it to Seth Jones. 1:22 on this Panthers power play presented by our friends at Publix. Up the ice, Sam Reinhart looks to Barkov. In offensively, Barkov slides it over to Tkachuk. Along the right boards to the corner, Reinhart. Up top straight on Jones. Has it bounce away, recovers. Gives then to Verhaeghe. Into the corner, Tkachuk left side. Winds it out to the right point. Taken there by Reinhart. Down low, Tkachuk in front. The pass broken up by Carlo. The Leafs can't settle control, but the puck eventually bounces out of the zone. And Reinhart back at center ice to start the regroup. Straight on for Verhaeghe. Poke checked at the line, and Matthews is there to clear. 47 seconds left in the penalty for hooking against the Leafs. Matthew Nyes.
Don't love that hoe pass, backhand pass by Tkachuk. He makes it a lot, but if they're collapsing like that, it has to be around the perimeter.
Up the right side, it's Ekblad, then Rodriguez. Winds one around, bouncing puck, Marchand to the corner, Bennett. Sam Bennett here on the left wing side, out to the point for Marchand. To the net, funny bounce off a skate, loose in front of the goal. Right circle, Ekblad across, Marchand looking back across the front of the net. The pass defended by Tanev, Marchand recovers, but then he had it stolen away. McCabe doesn't clear, good hold by Ekblad. Then it's Schmidt into the near circle for Marchand. Up top, Nate Schmidt across, hits Ekblad, high slaughter his shot. It's gloved down by Joe Woll, the goaltender, his 11th save. 4:27 left in the first. No score. Toronto 5 seconds away from an impressive 3-for-3 start on the penalty kill here in the opening frame, depending on really whether or not this face-off goes the way of the Panthers or the Leafs. That'll determine if the Panthers can get another chance here in the last 5 seconds.
But for
power
the Panthers, the second unit has looked more assertive in what they're trying to do. It's not a lot. Get it through, get the shots on net. That's what the first unit has to get back to. Is just simplify it. And anytime you take a shot, don't look for the pretty plays. Just get it there. And you're right, this Toronto Maple Leaf group has done a good job on the penalty kill. They've kept everything out of the middle of the ice. The Panthers can't get into that slot area. And coming in, their metrics show that they're one of the best teams in protecting the slot.
Oh, did Oliver Ekman-Larsson just gun that one out of play?
Airmail it out in the crowd. They won the faceoff, did the Leafs, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson saying it went off the glass. And we're going to get a conversation here between our linesmen and the referees. We'll take a look once we get it on our replay to see if it just airmailed straight up into the stands.
It was right off the draw. Matthews won the faceoff cleanly. Ekman-Larsson, knowing the power play for the Panthers was winding down, he just wound up for the big slapper, and puck must have been on its side because he just sent that one straight in the air. Unless it did go off the glass, tough to tell from our vantage point.
Well, that looked like it went straight out. He went back and he got it down deep in the corner and just went to wire it off the glass. Looked like it went straight in the stands.
Well, we wait for the call here. Let's listen in downstairs.
He was off the glass. This should be a 2-minute delay a game. I don't see any way around it.
Well, now you're at a point. Toronto is just, talk about taxing your penalty kill units here. They're asking a lot.
And it's keeping a lot of their, I know Matthews and Marner's kill penalties, but it's keeping a lot of their star players on the bench.
It disrupts the rhythm of the bench.
Yeah, the rhythm of the bench, the whole thing. And you're getting your superstars out there. They're touching the puck, feeling good about themselves. You'd like to have a goal on the board, have something to show for it. And so far, the Maple Leafs penalty killing group has been able to stand up. As you said, though, the more and more you put pressure on it, this is already, they've been shorthanded for 6 minutes, working on 8 minutes unless the Panthers score.
Off the face-off, Panthers have it. It's a 5-on-3 that turns to a 5-on-4. Jones, the shot fought off by Woll. So now 1:53 in the power play. Backdoor, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe on the power play. And the Panthers lead 1-0.
There's how you do it. You get it back to the point, and Jones just let it rip with traffic in front. Then it comes on the sideboards. And they still hadn't got their full 4 men back on the ice. They're able to do it that quickly. It's still basically a 5-on-3 power play. And a quick pass off that big rebound on the boards, right on the stick. Matthew Tkachuk one-times it back door to Carter Verhaeghe, able to beat Woll. And those 4 penalties finally come back to haunt the Leafs. And that was almost a must for the Panthers.
Yep.
If you get 4 power plays in the first period, you have to capitalize. And you got the shot. You got the rebound recovery. You get it back, quick passing play, snap, crackle, pop into the net, 1-0 lead on the power play.
So a face-off from center ice. Bennett will stand in against Domi.
Forget about Carter Verhaeghe's regular season, by the way. He's back.
29 playoff goals as a Panther, and that pads his all-time lead in that department for the franchise. Up the far side, Domi to Pontus Holmberg. He breaks free. Far side looking out front. It's knocked away by the goal stick of Bobrovsky as he was trying to set up Brandon Carlo. And then Bennett clears. Here's Tkachuk with Nate Schmidt hopping in the rush. Tkachuk pulls up, waits for a trailer. Verhaeghe near side. Cuts down to the corner and then down behind the net. Verhaeghe over on the far boards. Tkachuk out to the line. Nate Schmidt. A shot, and that deflects away from the front of the goal. Scooped up by Holmberg. Given then to Morgan Rielly, and he will launch it out to the neutral zone. Nate Schmidt plays it right back in. 3:34 to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers. It took 4 tries, but they break through on the power play. Carter Verhaeghe giving the Panthers the 1-0 lead late in the first. Morgan Rielly behind the net.
Carter Verhaeghe's just been a beast, not only getting back on the score sheet, but he came into this game with 35 hits. He's been hitting everything in sight. Not normally his game, but he's blew up a few Maple Leafs along the way with some big-time hits.
Second on the Panthers in hits in the playoffs coming into this one. On the end boards then, it's Tavares to Nylander, rolling puck to the side of the Panthers net, and Bobrovsky lunges out to cover, taking us to our final media timeout here in the opening frame. 2:58 left in the first. 1-0, the Panthers in front of the Leafs. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. We'll be back in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with USPS Ground Advantage Service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
1-0 Panthers over the Leafs here in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. That goal came on a Publix power play. Remember to feed your fandom with the new Panthers sub, only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Panthers. Face-off near circle down to our right. Hot honey chicken, bacon, pickles, your choice of cheese.
Load it up.
The Publix sub, the Panthers Publix sub.
Get it all.
Face-off near circle down to our right, and Gus Forsling will launch it out of the zone. Down to our left it goes. Evan Rodriguez after it. Back behind the net. Morgan Rielly cuts it off. 1-0 Panthers here. Around the end boards, Oliver Ekman-Larsson launches one on. Too hot to handle for Nylander at center. Bouncing puck and Barkov. Able to keep the puck for the Panthers despite a lot of pressure, but now an offside call. 2:35 left in the first. 1-0. It's the Panthers over the Leafs here in this one. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? To make sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
As a player, you love to get in the game. You want to get ramped up, and all of a sudden with all those penalty kills on the Leafs side, Tavares, Nylander, nice, Pacioretty. You go down the list, a lot of their top guns, their top six, especially outside of Marner and Matthews, haven't been able to get on the ice. They got to get their legs rolling, kind of get reset underneath them. From the Panthers' perspective, the players that want on the ice touching the puck, feeling confident about everything, when you get those power play opportunities, even the first three where you had a lot of time, it still builds confidence into you and what you're trying to do offensively.
Puck played in by Tanev down to our right. Feels like Tanev hasn't come off the ice in the game yet because of all those penalties. Here's McCabe, a shot, and that one looks like stopped by Bobrovsky. Got his blocker out on that, and the Panthers able to get a clear. Tanev backed up to the Leaf line. 2:17 to go in the first period. 1-0. Panthers in front. Marner stopped up the line by Mikla, and then the Panthers work it the other way. Marchand sends it down to our left. Awful lively bounce. It's played out to the line out of the zone as Jones dumps it in. The Panthers will get a change, and Matthew Nyes hands it back for Jake McCabe.
There's that gap control again. Mikla, Marner trying to enter that zone. It's been tight. Nate Smith is standing up here. You got the support coming back from Bennett. That is the game plan that Paul Maurice wants. Defenseman tight, forward support.
A lane for Tkachuk, left side. He cruises in, and then he places it down behind the net. McCabe mishandles one, gave it away out front, and that one just hopped away from Verhaeghe. He almost had one gift wrap for him right there. And now back in go the Panthers. Verhaeghe, he works into the far circle. A backhand lob down wide. He had pressure on him, couldn't get a shot away cleanly. Benoit to Yarncroke, and then dangling ahead is Scott Lawton, who lofts one down to our right. A race for it here between Lawrence and Kulikov. They battle into the corner boards. Nate Schmidt back to grab control of the puck. Hands to Barkov. Then it's Reinhart up the right side. Reinhart plays it down to the far corner, stays with it against Benoit. Left it over along the far boards. Tavares and Barkov collide. Neither one wound up with the puck, and now it's Nylander giving here on the near side to Ekman Larson, who snapped it cross ice. Minute to go here in this first period. 1-0 Panthers. A chance for Reinhart, and his shot stopped by Woll, who got the right pad on it. Cut into the high slot, a chance to develop quickly. Rodriguez on the end boards. He's running too hard there by Benoit, who's been throwing the body around in the first. Puck played out the line, and that one didn't clear. Ekblad. Now Rodriguez, then a one-timer from Forsling is blocked away by Woll. Puck played down and around the end boards, then action inside the Leafs zone. Pacioretty and Lundell tie up on the far boards. Puck goes out to the right point. Ekblad to Forsling left point. Forsling holds, sends it down behind the net. Lundell into a tie-up. It's loose. Played up the near side, 18 seconds. And the Leafs get a clear from Nylander down to our right. You talk about the Leafs asking a lot of their penalty killers, asking a lot of their goaltender here in the first period, too.
Exactly.
He's made 14 saves.
And it's the defenseman from the Panthers causing pressure and turnovers.
Lundell, a backhand that's blocked away by Woll, and that's going to do it for the opening period.
Will Serena with a reverse hit there on the end on Holmberg.
So 20 minutes in the books, 1-0 Panthers on a Carter Verhaeghe power play goal. We will have one of the Panthers coming your way from rinkside here in just a moment, so keep it locked here for that. And then coming up after that, Kevin Rogers will have full stats and highlights and the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard.
4 power play opportunities leads to momentum. Verhaeghe with the power play goal, but when the game was 5-on-5, what the structure you're looking for, and I'm looking here up top, is the gap control from the defenseman. And even that Reinhart chance, you got the defenseman stepping up and you got the forward coming in behind. And all of a sudden the Leafs are looking to go offensively. That quick turnover, bang, it's on the stick of Reinhart coming down that left wing for a scoring chance. He found a way there through that middle of the ice. That was really good, and what you're establishing with that 5-on-5 hockey is that forechecking presence. And Joseph Woll had to be fantastic in that opening period for the Leafs. There was plenty of opportunities for the Panthers to have much more than one goal cushion after one. The Leafs survive it. And like I said about the Leafs last game, when they came out with that really torrid first period, was it maintainable? Can you play that type of hockey for 60 minutes? And the answer was no. You know there's going to be spurts coming back against you, so you're going to have to be able to ramp it up and keep it at that tempo.
So 20 minutes in the books, 1-0 Panthers on a Carter Verhaeghe power play goal in the first period. And now we go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. We've got Panthers forward A.J. Greer here with us after one period of play. And A.J., first thing I got to ask you, you and Tomasz Nosek, Jonah Gadjevich, the three of you guys together, you guys had a great run going late in the regular season. You guys were reunited last game into this game. Feels like you guys picked up right where you left off as a unit together. How's it felt for the three of you out there?
Oh, it's felt great. When you're a depth player, you got to be ready to go whenever you get the call. And I think they did a great job of just staying composed, no hesitation in their game, and really just keeping it simple and doing the things that they do best. And I read off them, so it's good chemistry. Do the simple things, do it hard, and really just get behind them.
Yeah, and AJ, from watching up here, your line is not. You had the goal last game, but you're also winning your shifts. No matter who you're out there against for the majority of the time. And that's a big advantage. Leads into the trust from Paul Maurice. But how much is not only scoring, hitting, but spending time in the offensive zone when you're out there and bringing that energy?
offensive zone, D-zone reloads, good breakouts, and again, like you said, winning the shifts. It doesn't have to be a goal. You create opportunities. We get on their D, and the biggest thing is also winning those faceoffs and being able to put that next line into the right position. So, just go into the O zone, stoppage of play, face off, and then we get our first line, second line out there, and we put them in a good position. So I'm really happy with how the first 20 has started, and looking forward to the next 40.
Man, AJ, last thing here for you. I know it's a big part of your game, but last game, you guys as a team, you pretty significantly out-hit the Leafs. Felt like as the game went on, maybe they were forcing some passes because you guys were getting to them so quickly on the forecheck. How important is it to be physical with their defense continuously as this game goes along?
Yeah, it's one of the most important things in this series. They're an extremely skilled team, and when you give them space, they'll create opportunities. So as long as we keep those gaps tight, we stay on them, hard forecheck and finish their D. As soon as they get the puck the next time, they're going to be thinking that we're going to be pounding them. So we got to be ready and, stay on top of them.
AJ, thanks so much.
Keep it going, AJ.
Yep, thanks so much for stopping by. Best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's AJ Greer, the Panthers downstairs outside the room. And, again, he's one of those guys. Every time he's on the ice, he's going to make you feel it one way or another. He's going to make you feel it when he's out there. And I think the same thing can be said for the two line mates he's with as well.
Later in my career, I lived in that role. And you knew exactly what your job was, and he's right. When you're able to win a shift, set up the next line maybe for an offensive zone faceoff, you're doing your job. And along with the hits and the physicality, and you got AJ Greer and you got Gadjevich on the same line, what are you going to do against them if they run you over? You start going.
Yeah, tough to go to the corners when you're dealing with them.
Yeah, no one's going to push back, and that's where that period you want to test Toronto. You want to test them physically, board battles, and that rim dump that the Panthers always use, you can see how hard it is to handle. A couple of times they rim it around. Morgan Riley had a chance to play it, misplays it. They love and force you to play on that yellow dasher with those rim dumps, and a lot of times they come out with possession. That is their offensive attack. I thought they got back to that last game, and you could tell in that opening period there was a commitment to dump pucks in. Nothing fancy. Let's not get here at the blue line unless we have a ton of speed going forward. Dump, hit, force, simple game plan, and the reads and reacts through the middle of the ice was Panther hockey. You were able to slow down the Leafs. We did not see a lot of speed because they were short-handed so much was a big part of it, but when it was 5-on-5, the Leafs' speed, which can really, really hurt you, was tampered.
Panthers 1 and the Leafs nothing through one period of Game 4 presented by AutoNation. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any broadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers and the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here with you at Amerant Bank Arena. Kevin Rogers takes over next. Full stats and highlights, a look around the rest of the league, all that and more. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs through 1 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida, our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Amerant Bank Arena, Game 4 of this best-of-7 second-round series between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. Toronto leads the series 2-1, but the Panthers lead tonight 1-0. As the Panthers are going to go from Carter Verhaeghe. We'll play it back in just a few moments. Panthers coming off the overtime win on Friday with the Brad Marchand game-winning goal in OT. 5-4 victory for the Panthers to avoid a 3-0 series deficit. Now the win tonight, all of a sudden it's a new series, 2-2, headed back to Toronto on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. But again, 40 minutes left in this one. Still a long way to go. But the Panthers doing a good job of stifling the Maple Leafs in the first period. Did help. The Panthers had 4 power plays, scored on one of them, but also Sergei Bobrovsky. He has not had a lot of saves, saw just 4 shots on goal in the first period, but all of them counted just the same, including stopping Auston Matthews.
Nyes, who skates up towards center, plays one in. Nico Mikkola racing back for it. Nyes in there against him. Mikkola played it up the far boards. Marner took it away. McCabe out at the left point for Toronto. Backdoor pass. Matthews in close. Shot. Oh, what a glove save. Made by Bobrovsky to stop Matthews in close. Biggest chance Matthews has had in the series, maybe. And Sergei Bobrovsky, he comes to the rescue there to keep this game scoreless with 6:45 left in the opening frame.
And a big save there by Sergei Bobrovsky. Auston Matthews does not have a goal yet in this series. He's had his problems against the Panthers in the playoffs in his career. So good job there by Bob. But again, mentioned earlier that the Panthers with 4 power play opportunities. So they had their chances with the man advantage, couldn't score the first few times, but then finally Carter Verhaeghe would score out in front, but the Panthers on the board.
Off the face-off, Panthers have it. It's a 5-on-3 that turns to a 5-on-4. Jones, the shot fought off by Woll. So now 1:53 in the power play. Backdoor, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe on the power play! And the Panthers lead 1-0.
30th career postseason goal for Carter Verhaeghe. His 4th of these playoffs comes in the power play. Matthew Tkachuk and Alexander Barkov assisting. 15:45 into the first. Panthers with a 1-0 lead, which is where we sit now after 20 minutes. And how about this little nugget that the Panthers leading after the first period for the first time since Game 2 against Tampa Bay back in the first round. They had gone 6 straight games without leading after the opening frame. So good to get the lead here as the Panthers out shooting the Leafs 15-4 in the first period. 4 saves for Sergei Bobrovsky. Joseph Woll, he's had a lot of work tonight. 14 saves on 15 shots. And the Panthers with that 1-0 lead. Again, Game 5 coming up on Wednesday night from Toronto. Now it's starting at 7 o'clock. Coming up, we will take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, also South Florida sports scene. All that is straight ahead. Panthers won, the Maple Leafs nothing after one. Game 4 of the second-round best-of-7 series as we continue right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Hey all,
This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Won the Maple Leafs nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Carter Verhaeghe power play goal late in the first, put the Panthers on the board. Panthers looking to even up this best-of-7 series at 2 apiece. Game 4 tonight. Game 5 back in Toronto coming up on Wednesday. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. And usually the Panthers are the first game of the night, followed by a second game in the Western Conference, but it was reversed today as the Stars played this afternoon against the Jets in Dallas. That series was tied up at 1 apiece, but now Dallas up 2-1, a 5-2 victory over Winnipeg to take a 2-1 lead in that best-of-7 series. Mikko Rantanen continues to have a stellar postseason, a goal and 2 assists in the victory for the Stars. 3 goals in the third for Dallas to break a 2-2 tie. And Stars now, again, that 2-1 series lead. They will resume that series Tuesday in Dallas for Game 4. Coming up tomorrow, the other 2 series continue, Carolina and Washington in Raleigh, with the Hurricanes up 2-1. Also, Game 4 between the Golden Knights and the Oilers at 9:30, with Edmonton up 2-1 after Vegas won on their last-second goal in Game 3. Coming up, we'll take a look at the South Florida sports scene and bring it back for the second period. Panthers won, the Maple Leafs nothing after 1 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. Super jacked. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
A couple minutes away from the start of the second period at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers lead the Maple Leafs 1-0. Kevin Rogers with you. Quick look at the South Florida sports scene. The Marlins dropped 2 of 3 in Chicago to the White Sox this weekend. They fall today 4-2. Up next, it is the second period as the Panthers look to build on a 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. Game 4 continues right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future. Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. Game 4 of this second round best-of-7 series. Game 4 presented by our friends at Auto Nation. Panthers lead 1-0. They trail the series 2-1, looking to get things evened up. Going back to Toronto for Game 5 on Wednesday night. Carter Verhaeghe, a power play goal in the first. That's the scoring so far in this one. Panthers in red, left to right. Toronto in white, right to left as we're set to begin period number 2. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here with you. Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. Robert Griepers, our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. The Panthers outshot Toronto 15-4 in the first. They were 1 for 4 on the power play. Big reason why they have such an advantage in the shots on net. Puck played up the far side down to our left, and it's Anton Lundell after it for the Panthers in his own zone. Backhand near side held in. Matthews golfs one down to our left off the end wall. Jones shouldered by Marner. Then in the far corner it's Nyes. Trying to pass up top, couldn't get it through. Still in a battle with it. Eventually Seth Jones to take it away. He'll clear for the Panthers, and down to our right, Tanev back for Toronto as we've gone 30 seconds in the second.
If you're the Panthers, expect a push early on from the Leafs. There's going to be some urgency. It's going to be right now from the Maple Leafs squad.
Tavares plays one to the far corner. Pacioretty in hard against Reinhart. Far corner down to our left inside the Panthers end. A 2-on-2 battle for a loose puck. It squirts free, and Evan Rodriguez has control. Isn't able to clear on his first try. Second try, he will backhand across ice to Reinhart. Out he goes through center. Reinhart dumps it down to our right. Woll is going to boot it aside. Almost booted that one completely, but the Leafs do get it out. Now it's Nylander reaching for one around the offensive line for the Leafs. Couldn't come up with it. Reinhart back the other way. Lobs one down on Joe Woll. A one-hopper that is fielded cleanly by the netminder, and he will smother it. 1:13 off the clock here in the second. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front here in Game 4.
It's happening a lot. The Leafs turning the puck over in the middle of the ice. Nothing comes of this, but you do get it down in the Leafs' end. Rodriguez, a good hard wall battle to get that puck out initially, and that's where it wants to be, on the walls, winning those 50-50 puck battles.
We heard Seth Jones pregame talking about the keys to defending, and one of the things he pointed to is just not giving up rush chances. Well, I know the Leafs have been on the kill a lot tonight, but even going back to Game 3, we haven't seen nearly the frequency of rush chances. We haven't seen Toronto players like Nylander with the same real estate through the middle of the ice that they made. And Yarncroke punched it along. Here's Max Domi up the right wing. He'll peel off to the far boards. Pass back to Holmberg out of his reach, and the Panthers back the other way. A good pass from Gadjevich in, dropped off left circle, a shot, and a big save made by Woll on Bennett. What a pass from A.J. Greer, though, to spot Gadjevich as the Panthers now forced to regroup in the neutral zone.
They cut the Leafs in the line change, long change here in the second period, and at that far end was Gadjevich. He didn't have any gas left in the tank, but Bennett coming off the bench was aware, and he dropped it right to Bennett, and he got some heat on a wrist shot against Woll. Woll has been dynamic in net for the Leafs.
Far side of the ice, Forsling to clear. Here's Greer up the left wing. A big drive and a pad save made by Woll. Greer again. Sharp angle shot. Woll to save. Pinballing puck in front. Domi for Holmberg. And the Leafs will get it out beyond the blue line. Gadjevich to Ekblad across for Forsling. He'll punch it down to our right around the inboards. It goes. Another productive shift from this Nosek, Greer, Gadjevich line. Here on the near side, it's Tomas Nosek down to the corner. Etu Luostarinen fresh off the bench. He'll wind it around. Brad Marchand to the far point for Gus Forsling. Forsling to Nosek. Into his skates. He'll play it down for Marchand over his stick. On the inboards, picked up by Morgan Riley, and he's able to clear for Toronto. This one goes all the way down to our right. It's going to be an icing call against the Leafs. 16:47 to go. Second period, 1-0. It's the Panthers in front on that first period power play goal from Carter Verhaeghe. SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. That's SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats.
Leafs tired on the ice, and all of a sudden the Panthers. I love before on icing faceoffs now. It's like a huddle in football on the offensive end with what you're trying to do of the offensive zone setups. You got all kinds of offensive zone plays. You're trying to run off draws.
Draw in the far circle down to our right. Inside the Toronto zone.
You got to win it for all you're talking about to happen.
Off the face-off, scramble for the loose puck. Sharp angle shot, Marchand. That may have gone off the side of that wall. May have gotten a little piece of it. Marchand near circle. Up top, Nico Mikla. Blast and a save made. Wall into the far circle. A loose puck. Lundell keeps it alive. Mikla left point across for Jones. And that one a little out of his reach. He caught up to it, punched it down low. Into the near corner. Morgan Riley off the glass and out. It's going to go down to our left. And with 16:22 left in the second, another icing call against Toronto. 1-0 Panthers. And all of a sudden, a 20-5 shot advantage on the board for the Panthers.
Going to the net. They've been able to build off those power plays and gain that momentum. Second, icing, and all of a sudden, you got three Panther lines that have come out against this Domi line. This is the third line. Barkov comes out for the offensive zone draw.
Yeah, Domi, Holmberg, and Bobby McMahon, along with McCabe and Riley, have been caught out for a long time here for Toronto. Far point Schmidt across for Kulikov. Banks it here on the near side. Reinhart down to the end boards. Barkov with it. Domi on him. Barkov behind the net. Swerves away from Domi. Out to the high slot. Reinhart to Kulikov. Back across the ice. Nate Schmidt. Schmidt to Kulikov. Right point. Wrist shot deflecting. And it goes high of the net but stays in play. McCabe, a hard hit on Rodriguez behind the net. No boarding call, though there could have been one. Into the far corner. Barkov has one jump off his stick, but he recovers. Back out to the left point where Reinhart's covering. Back into the corner. Rodriguez there. Rodriguez into the far circle. Walks it up top. Gave to Nate Schmidt. Across for Kulikov. Deflects off a Leaf stick and out of play. 15:45 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers. And on that sequence, not only Toronto unable to clear other than the icing calls, but they weren't even able to get control of the puck. Not even close.
And that's what you wanted, the entire group, get that faceoff and get some opportunities. And the Panthers come close, and a much-needed deflection into the netting for the Leafs to get a line change. That Barkov line zipping around looking for some opportunities.
Face off near circle down to our right inside the Toronto zone, and Joe Woll.
And it's so much tougher to defend. And with the Panthers, all those power play opportunities, spending time down in the Toronto zone. You wear yourself out, you can wear an opponent out.
Now it's Ekman Larson to Marner on for Nyes. Tried to spring him on a break, and he just couldn't connect on the pass. So Etu Luostarinen will dump it back down to our right into the Leaf zone. Joe Woll, the goaltender, rings it up the near side. It's off Anton Lundell. Back deeply into the Toronto zone. Carlo running too hard by Luostarinen. Now Lundell with the puck. Shovels it to the side of the goal. Paddled away by Woll. Mikla far. Circle a shot. And it didn't get all the way through. Matthews to Nyes and then on for Marner. Too far, but he'll win the race down for it. Bobrovsky has to play it to the near corner. And then Seth Jones to clear to center ice. It's Benoit backed up to his own blue line. Off the near boards, Matthew Nyes in for Toronto. Into the near corner, then it's Marner sending it around. Far side of the ice, Auston Matthews dumped over. And a penalty is coming against the Panthers for the first time tonight.
Luostarinen going to get a holding call against Auston Matthews down deep in the corner.
So 14:59 left in the second, 1-0 Panthers.
Yeah, I'd expect this at some time to turn the other way after the Panthers got 4 power plays in that opening frame. This time Luostarinen, the guilty party.
And Matthews, he's a load, and he can be tough to contain, and that's a Maybe a 50-50 call there. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
It's going to be called every single night, but there was going to be one at some point, to your point, Billy.
We had 4 going our way in the first period and one way. I'm not going to get on the refs either way. Unless it's absolutely egregious. So just play on and work with what's in front of you. Panthers now, that is a penalty kill.
Face-off near circle down to our left. Panthers trying to protect the 1-goal lead. Toronto a chance to control off the draw. Marner for Matthews here on the near side. Marner along the boards. Gave it away to Reinhart, and Reinhart able to get the clear. All the way down to our right.
That first clear, so critical.
Yeah, forces the Leafs back into their own end, and they'll have to bring it out the distance now. Marner for Nylander. Speed to center ice. Nylander to Matthews on a drop pass. Weaves in. Matthews far side. He's knocked over by Forsling. Loose puck along the far boards. And it's Tavares out to the line, and it's kept in by Marner. Down to the corner, then Nylander. Here on the near side, Marner across a shot. Tavares, it deflected on the way in, didn't get through. Behind the net, Matthews is there. Finds Nylander in the near circle. Up top for Marner, right circle Tavares. He backs off to the far boards, then into the far circle. Gives a pass up top, Marner, down to Matthews. Bottom of the right circle, takes a look, a shot. Save the rebound there. It's wobbling side of the net. Jammed that in close, and somehow it stays out. Tavares out to the line now. Marner there, right circle for Matthews. Auston Matthews in the right circle, looking around the offensive end for the Leafs. 49 seconds on their power play. Marner, Matthews, back to Marner, right circle. A shot deflecting. It went off Forsling's skate as he clogged the lane. And back behind the net, Toronto keeps control. Matthews, backhand saucer pass out to the line for Nylander. To Matthews in front. Try to move, couldn't get a shot away. Still loose to the near corner. It's picked up by Anton Lundell. Nice on him, though. Didn't allow the clear. Out to the line it goes. It's Nylander. Swerves away from Lundell. William Nylander, 23 seconds on the power play. Marner straight on the line. Drifts off to the right circle. Mitch Marner down below the goal line. Down behind the net to Nylander, top left circle. One-timer Matthews had some heat on it. It's wide. Nice to Marner, near corner. Now it's Nylander. High slot. Low shot deflected off Tavares wide. Here on the near boards, the Leafs keep control. Marner, a backhand feed. Nylander to Matthews in front, and it's poked wide by Tavares. The puck picked up, and Ekblad clears to Luostarinen, fresh off, serving the penalty. Here's Luostarinen cruising in. Luostarinen in front. Forsling a shot. It's blocked by Ekman Larsson, who takes a tumble. Loose back behind the net. Head to Luostarinen is there. Luostarinen to the far corner. It's Bennett. Sam Bennett to the line. Mikula right side. Jones a shot. It's over the net. Rims off to the far boards. Pacioretty up the right side. To Domi to McMahon. Left circle. And he put a low shot wide. Couldn't get it away cleanly. Far side of the ice. The Leafs try to hold the zone. And it's McMahon to Pacioretty, but a hand pass call. 12:19 to go in the second. 1-0. The Panthers over the Leafs. And we will bring it back for more in just a moment. Panthers a successful penalty kill to hang on to their 1-goal lead. Back with more straight ahead. Game 4 presented by Auto Nation. This is the Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
12:19 to go here in the second period of Game 4 presented by AutoNation. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando. Come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
The Maple Leafs with that 5-forward setup on the power play spend the whole 2 minutes in the offensive zone, and they can make penalty killers look like cats chasing a laser. Gets a little bit dangerous out there, and that's a nightmare for a penalty killer when you're trapped out there that long against a power play that can move it like that. But the Panthers survive.
Now back at the Leaf line, Benoit works it along, dumps it in, down to our left, back behind the net, Bobrovsky to Nate Schmidt, up the near side, Tkachuk, and he will get the clear for the Panthers, and the Leafs will reload back at their own line. Domi straight on into the neutral zone, and Tkachuk had him lined up, just didn't fully connect on Domi. Puck goes into the near corner, and into the near corner, a 2-on-2 battle. Holmberg, Domi back up top. He was looking perhaps for Holmberg, but the pass missed. Down to our right it goes, and Woll's there. Craig Berube talked about not passing up shots, and Holmberg received that pass, Billy, and you could tell there was not even a thought to shoot a puck. He was just looking for the next guy to pass to.
A lot of Leafs.
That's kind of an issue they've had.
That category.
Yeah, that's an issue that they've had. And when you have a team that pressures defensively like the Panthers do, I think it gets them second-guessing even more. Up the far side, it's Rodriguez. Banks it past the defender, Carlo. Rodriguez in. Backhand out front. It's swapped by Riley. Then batted out of the air by Reinhart. Now out in front, a loose puck. And Woll there to stop Barkov. Reinhart missed wide on an airborne puck. And not just batting an airborne puck, but doing it backhanded, Billy. He almost was able to sneak that one short side past Joe Woll. 11:04 left in the second. 1-0 Panthers.
Terrific individual play there by Rodriguez, just using his speed. Banks it to himself off the wall, gets around the defender, throws it in front and out of midair. Reinhart swings at it, misses, and then he corrals it and gets it right in front on top of that blue paint. Barkov is waiting, and again, Joseph Woll, what can you say? He is turning into a story into this game for the Leafs. 21 shots, now 23 shots, now 22 saves for Woll. That explosive speed of Rodriguez playing straight lines, not north-south, that's what Paul Maurice wants, and that's exactly what he did. Just push it off the wall to himself to generate all those chances.
Marner dumps it in. McCabe, the defenseman, pinching in, plays it around the end boards. Here on the near side, Marchand beat Nyes to the puck, but Nyes stole it away. Nyes out to the near point. Marner a drive. It's blocked. Marchand off to the races. Can he get past the defense? No, it's batted at by Marner. And now Lundell finds a loose puck out of the near circle. Tried to thread it short side past Woll, deflected away. Collision far corner. Matthews will clear. And the Panthers backed up to their own line. Here's Marchand up to the offensive blue line. Plays it into the Leaf zone. Tanev behind the net. He's running too hard by Luostarinen. Tanev to McCabe. He got blasted too. Long outlet pass, though, on the money for Nylander. Power move to the net. Nylander, and he ran out of real estate there. He was left with nothing but a really sharp angle, and Bobrovsky made the left pad save. Puck dumped in by
Now we got
Bennett.
something. We got
Nyes and Forsling behind the play. Yeah, and our
got
linesman get in the middle there before anything can erupt. Ekblad up the far boards. Pacioretty a takeaway, and now a race into the neutral zone as Nylander receives the feed off the boards. He'll put on the brakes against Bennett. Penalty coming against the Panthers here.
Yeah.
Bennett knocked Nylander down here along the near boards. Then Tkachuk in. He gave a glove to the face of Pacioretty. And now the Panthers need to be careful here. Now you've got Ekblad wrapped up with Tavares, which has been continuing on over the course of the series. 9:50 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers, and we'll wait and see what's going to come out of this. Then we'll take our next media timeout.
Nylander took that long stretch pass, and it's hard to beat Forsling one-on-one, but he got around and put his shoulder down deep.
Yeah, Bennett goes off, so
Gets
a
a
2-minute
chance.
penalty, and the Leafs back to the power play. When we come back, we're going to take a timeout. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs here in Game 4. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call, because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. 9:50 left in the second period. We've crossed the halfway point. Panthers a 1-0 lead, a 23-7 shot on goal advantage. But for the second time in the game, second time in the period, and, well, second special team situation in a row, the Leafs going to the power play. Sam Bennett is assessed a 2-minute minor penalty prior to the media timeout for tripping. Took down William Nylander, and the Leafs back to the power play. They did everything but score on their last man advantage. They only had one real shot on goal to show for the 2-minute opportunity. They're in the zone a lot.
Matthews, that attempt, that one-timer behind the slot, if that hits the net, it's going in. And they worked it around, zipped it around, put a lot of pressure on the penalty killers. And down at the other end, Joseph Woll able to keep this game at a 1-goal deficit for the Leafs. Now they're getting some power play opportunities of their own. That's what makes it a little bit scary. You would like to have added a goal or maybe even two, but
no, the Leafs just got a shot on goal. Even though we haven't got back to live action, they've adjusted the total here.
Yeah, forget about watching.
They got another one. It's 23-9 now.
But Woll down at the other end has been exceptional for the Leafs in net. He's made a number of big saves, kept them around, hanging around him. We know how dangerous this Leafs power play is. That 5-man unit, and when they get control of the puck, it is hard to get back.
So a face-off in the near circle down to our left. It's Reinhart against Tavares on for the draw. Tavares coming off the 2-goal game 3. And Tavares pulls the puck back, but Reinhart got there first. He'll walk up the near side. Reinhart to center, and then he pulls back a little bit to eat up time. Now he carries it up to the line. Gave to Barkov in front of Reinhart. A shot! Oh, what a save made by Joe Woll. The Leafs goaltender coming up with a huge glove save to keep Toronto within 1. But Barkov and Reinhart putting on a clinic shorthanded there.
Reinhart's looking like he's going to attack one-on-one when he gets to the zone, but he pulls up and retreats, and all of a sudden the defense for the Maple Leafs start going forward. He gives it to Barkov, and when Reinhart gets it back, the Leafs are going the wrong way, and they're flat-footed. And that allowed Reinhart, and there is Woll again with robbery and a perfect shot from the slot on the most dangerous goal scorer on the Panthers, shorthanded.
Matthews in, left side, plays it down to the corner. Nyes after it, and it's knocked away by Mikkola. Here on the near side, Matthews, he'll shift it down to the corner where it's handled by Nylander. Nylander near boards, pass across left the zone. Yeah, that sequence, it's just two guys with really high hockey IQs basically playing a different game from everybody else when you have Reinhart and Barkov doing things like that shorthanded. Here's Tomas Nosek with a nice clear for the Panthers. Puck goes all the way down to our right. Nosek stays in after it. Plays one out front. Marchand with it. Peels off to the boards. Up top, big drive. Ekblad loose in front after a Woll
There's a
save.
penalty. Marner in front.
Penalty is coming up.
Nosek drew a penalty, and the Panthers assertive on this penalty kill, and they get a couple of chances. This time Marner's going to go to the box for tripping, and good on Nosek with the battle.
8:47 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers.
And Nosek, he had Marchand all alone in front. There was no one there. He tried to make a pass, got blocked on the way to Marchand. If that gets through, Marchand is going to have a glorious opportunity. They work it back to the point and drill another one, and Marchand got it back there for the one-timer for Ekblad, and going for the rebound was Nosek, and he gets tripped up by Marner. So 4-on-4 hockey for 57 seconds. Then back to the power play. for the Panthers.
Face off to the right of Woll, down to our right inside the Leafs zone. We're going to go 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, then a 1-minute, 3-second Publix power play for the Panthers, where they're 1 for 4. Puck pulled back on Joe Woll, and then it's tapped to Riley, and then Ekman-Larsson, far side. Couldn't clear it by Lundell, and now to the near corner. Toronto on it again. Morgan Riley gave it away at the line. Ekblad to Marchand, a shot and a glove save made by Woll. And with 8.5 minutes to go in the second, 1-0, the Panthers in front. Well, Billy, the Panthers' pressure, it has gotten to the Leafs, and this probably goes back to Game 3, but just some puck decisions from Toronto at times here that are just making you scratch your head a little bit. That time, Morgan Riley just served one up to the line for Ekblad. It wasn't going to clear. It wasn't going to connect with one of his teammates. Not sure what it was supposed to be.
But that's what you try and do over a 7-game series is you want to hit, be physical every time, and puts a seed of doubt in some of the defensemen when they go back to get pucks, and we've seen it in these last couple of games that they have turned over pucks, expecting pressure and to be hit. Here, a misadventure again in front for defenseman McCabe.
Yeah, McCabe just almost lost control of the puck on his own. Marchand almost came up with it. Here's Lawton dancing in for the Leafs, had his stick knocked out of his hand. The Panthers able to get it clear. Now it's Lundell into the offensive end for the Panthers on the near side. Hands one back, it deflects high in the air. Ekblad is able to hold it in the zone and bounced it off to Lundell. Back out to Ekblad, who had to retreat to the neutral zone. Panthers controlled there. Almost time to go back onto the power play for the Panthers here as Forsling backs into his own end. A 1-minute Publix power play as the Panthers get the top unit on. Left to right go the Panthers, right to left the Leafs. Here in the middle frame, 1-0 Panthers, 7:40 to play in the second period. Reinhart dumps it in. Around far corner Verhaeghe, who has the Panthers' power play goal tonight. Tkachuk out to the line, Seth Jones. Jones across, Verhaeghe left circle. Wrist shot deflecting. It's over the net, stays in play. Diving play, unable to clear with Benoit. Tkachuk side of the net. Trying to backdoor pass across. Carlo got a stick in there. Now Jones at the far point. Backhand to the far circle. It's cut off, but kept in by Barkov. Now Verhaeghe down low, Tkachuk. Back out to the near point, and it just got away from Reinhart. Was a hair out of his reach. That backs the Panthers to the neutral zone with 20 seconds on the power play. Back in, Barkov to the net, kicked away Woll. Tkachuk rims it around near side. Verhaeghe on the boards. Out to the right point, Seth Jones has it. Gives to Reinhart. High slot, a shot. Barkov, and he missed high. Off the high glass, a lively hop. Carlo able to bounce it to the neutral zone. Jones back to his own line. Pass here to Reinhart near side. He absorbs a check from Benoit. Got it deep. Carlo up the near side. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. And the Leafs will break in. It's going to be Yarncroke. Backhand far side. Marner fresh off serving the penalty. He'll fling it down low. And looked like Marner just took a hard shot from Nico Mikkola, I believe, was over on that far side of the ice, and it stunned him a little bit. Meanwhile, back go the Panthers to the offensive end. Kulikov dumps it in. Around far side on a bounce. Evan Rodriguez shoved off the puck by Tavares. The Leafs try to advance it, unable to get a clear. Second chance, though. Morgan Riley gets it out. William Nylander in the neutral zone. Can't reel in control of the puck. It's dumped back in by Rodriguez. Behind the Leafs net, the goaltender Woll to Morgan Riley. He's blasted by Sam Bennett. Now the Leafs do charge in. Nylander to the net, a wave at it. Can't get a pass to Pacioretty in front of the net. And the Panthers will start back. Here's Forsling to center. Looks off to the far side. Ekblad Rodriguez makes a move. Backhand shot save made by Woll with the left pad. And then it's Pacioretty to lob one to the neutral zone.
Panthers had a 4-on-2 coming back the other way with two defensemen leading the rush, Forsling and Ekblad.
Ekblad up the far side. It's Wilstrin in front. Lundell, a shot save made. Woll, a rebound from Greer. Just kind of hopped away on him there. Couldn't make clean contact. And Pacioretty clearing for the Leafs down to our left. There really hasn't been any 5-on-5 traction for Toronto in this game.
No, the Panthers know exactly what the Maple Leafs had for their pregame meal. They've been in the face every time they touch the puck. Here again, Matthews ducking a check.
Yeah, A.J. Greer went in there hard against him. Near side of the ice, Marner to play it down low. Nyes takes Seth Jones down hard. Here on the near side, Nyes reaching for a loose puck, and he'll absorb a check from Jones. Got the pass around. Tanev is running to in the far corner. Now behind the net, it's Marner to Nyes. Nyes, backhand feed down low. Marner up top, it's Benoit. Benoit across the line. Tanev Into the far circle. He missed Matthews
got
on the
Marner
pass.
and
Marner
Lundell.
and Lundell are jostling here in the near circle. Benoit, the hold, a long shot, and Sergei Bobrovsky's going to stop that every single time. Right into the logo. 4:38 left in the second. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs here in Game 4, presented by Auto Nation. The second period winding down. 4:38 remaining. The Panthers still with the 1-goal edge. Back with more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
4:38 go in the second. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs in Game 4, presented by Auto Nation. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Everything is better on ice.
It scores through the legs. He's done.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. AIS HD2 Boca Raton.
4:38 left, second period. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs. Face off near circle down to our left, inside the Panthers zone, and Nosek, Gadjevich, Greer, the forward line with Schmidt and Kulikov defensively. Domi taking the face off for Toronto. Nosek waved out. Greer steps in. And Toronto controls off the draw, but a pass from Domi back to Riley just got away from the Leafs defenseman, so Toronto reloads at its own line. Far side, it's Carlo to Holmberg, back to Carlo, long feed, Morgan Riley in for Toronto, he'll dump it in, a race for it, back behind the net, Schmidt tied up there by Holmberg, loose puck back behind the goal, Gadjevich, he was tied up, couldn't get it clear, now to the line, Carlo, a shot blockered away by Bobrovsky, and the puck played up the near side by Nosek.
Those are dangerous from Carlo. He got traffic in front, those simple plays, and we saw it last game. Get it there, can bounce off bodies, that one goes down deep in the corner.
Bobby McMahon to the corner for Toronto. Shouldered there by Ekblad. A loose puck played around the inboards by Domi. It's stolen back. Rodriguez up the far side. And he dumped it in, but McCabe able to grab control for the Leafs there. Given to Tanev back behind the net. Almost lost it on his own with pressure from Reinhart coming in. Here's McCabe up the near side. Tavares for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He'll play one straight on. Forsling bats it away. Rodriguez in. Rodriguez to the front of the net. Now to the side of the goal. Whips one out front. It deflects away. Barkov runs it down in the corner. Up top then for Forsling. Left point back to Barkov. Left circle shot. And a save made by Woll on a puck that looked like it changed course slightly on the way. McCabe, long feed, Nylander off to the races. Forsling, can he catch him? Nylander in, backhand shot, and a save made by Bobrovsky, and he'll cover. 3:12 left in the second. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front. Sergei Bobrovsky, a nice save, but the defensive play from Forsling, getting back against Nylander, not taking a penalty, not allowing Nylander to get much of a shot away. That was the key play there.
Just all effort to get back. Nylander, again, is just waiting at that far blue line for something to happen. Panthers have pressure. Nylander, and it gets out. And what a pass from down deep in the corner to spot Nylander. And he's off to the races, but Forsling just puts his head down, is able to disrupt that play. Nylander still gets that backhand off, but Forsling and his skating ability just flies all the way back. He was picking them up and putting them down as hard as he could. And you said it perfectly. Didn't take a penalty on the play.
Draw here in the near circle down to our left. And start to feel like the Toronto Maple Leafs are thinking plays like that may be their best chance to try and generate anything here. Riley is shot deflecting in front, and that one's wide. Over along the far boards. The Panthers don't get it out. Matthews in front for Nyes. There's a penalty coming here. Yep, Marchand touches up, whistle blows, and Panthers are going to have a man going off. Tripping is going to be the call. 2:57 remaining in the second period of game 4. 1-0 Panthers, and heading to the box is Anton Lundell. So the Panthers will call on the penalty kill once again to protect the 1-goal lead. We were talking about it, Billy, off the air a little bit. The Panthers have totally outplayed Toronto in every part of the game here tonight, but you'd like to see them get at least one insurance goal, because the longer this goes on, the Leafs are just one Panthers mistake away from tying this game up.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Just look at that last partial breakaway by Nylander. Now another power play opportunity, and like the first period, the Panthers got a load of power play opportunities. It's been switched here in the second for the Leafs.
Here on the near side, Marner plays it down to the corner, kept to the outside by Mikkola. Didn't get it out. Nylander threads it to Nyes. Nyes behind the net. Matthew Nyes, backhand pass. Matthews, Marner, one-timer blocked, and it's off Reinhart and out of the zone. And now a race heading down to our right. Reinhart, can he break away from Marner? A shot, save, rebound from the far circle, and Barkov's attempt looked like it was partially blocked on the way there. Nylander got over against him, but there's Barkov and Reinhart again generating some offense shorthanded, and they eat up a good part of the early portion of this Toronto power play.
Getting the shooting lanes, and all of a sudden Reinhart just goes down and shoots. That's kind of a pass-off pad on purpose. And that big rebound right on the stick of Barkov. Woll sliding across again.
Down to our right behind the net, it's Woll. Over then for Marner. 2:04 left in the second. 1-0 Panthers. Marner drops it off for Ekman-Larsson. So that's it for the top unit for Toronto. Halfway through the penalty killer, the Panthers here. Domi, he'll dump it in. Around it goes. Nosek, far corner. Nosek into a tie-up, rolls it up the boards, got the clear. Out to the neutral zone, Ekman-Larsson there to start the regroup for Toronto. 47 seconds on their power play. Oliver Ekman-Larsson straight on. Dances in offensively, a shot, and that deflects up and into the mesh for a stoppage. So 40 seconds left on the power play. Let's see if Craig Berube elects to throw that top unit back on here. And doesn't look like he's going to.
That top unit with the 5 forwards, they did give up a couple of shorthanded goals in that opening round against Ottawa, and if you did get a chance to attack, like we have seen, go after them.
Well, Nylander is going to come on.
And that's what happened there. Reinhart knows he got the 5 forwards on the ice. He attacks Marner as hard as he can, puts some pressure on it. We saw that on the other chance that Barkov ended up having. They're not accustomed to the normal D reacts that a defenseman would make, and it's like some opportunities shorthanded for the Panthers.
Morgan Riley at the line, straight on, a shot tipped in front, and Domi got a stick on that, didn't land it on goal. Nylander a hold here at the near point, kept it in for Toronto, pinballing puck. Mikkola has it, looks to shuffle it around, and is he going to get the clear? No. Ekman-Larsson keeps it in. Pacioretty, high slot, Riley tipped out front, and Nylander and Domi, neither one able to get a good piece of that. It was Domi who redirected at the side of the goal and didn't get it on net. Here's Domi. Floats it toward the net, cut off and cleared by Mikkola, and that's going to do it for the Lundell penalty. What a kill there for the Panthers.
The Panthers got players, and they were chasing, got 3 penalty killers on one side of the ice. That left Riley wide open at the point. He was looking for that redirection in Domi, and Domi had it.
Now it's Lundell, shouldered off the puck by Scott Lawton.
No,
offside call against the Panthers here. 46.6 seconds left in the second period. 1-0 the Panthers over the Leafs in Game 4, presented by Auto Nation. The Leafs lead the series 2-1. Toronto took both games in Toronto. The Panthers won Friday night here in overtime 5-4 last time out. And the Panthers looking to even this thing up before it heads back to Toronto for Wednesday night's Game 5.
And Domi trying to deflect that puck. It never did get on net. He deflected it into his own skates. If he is able to get a clean deflection there, that's going to be problematic for Bobrovsky. So you get through that. That's always scary when that Leafs power play rolls out there. You can tell how dangerous it is. But Back to 5-on-5.
Bobrovsky stopped 12 of 12. Now a takeaway. In go the Panthers. It's Verhaeghe left circle. McCabe closed the gap. The puck goes out to Schmidt. Across then Kulikov, a drive. And that one is wide. Loose off to the side of the goal. Lawton behind the net for the defense. Tanev, 26 seconds. McCabe almost fumbled that one right away. Behind the net, Tanev off the boards, far side. Got by Lawton. Picked up then by Nate Schmidt. Across for Kulikov. Pass straight on off Tanev. Down to our right it goes. 13 seconds to go in the second. Tanev, he'll wind it around far side. McMahon up the boards. A foot race down to our left. Kulikov there first ahead of Yarncroke. He'll bounce it into the neutral zone. And as it's played in by Verhaeghe, the final seconds tick away here in the second period. 40 minutes in the books, and we finish the second period the same way we finished the first period. 1-0 Panthers. That power play goal from Carter Verhaeghe still holding up as the lone tally in this one.
And Doug, the Leafs are getting obliterated through the middle of the ice with what they're trying to do. It just gets turnover after turnover, and the Panthers just keep shoving it back down their throat, getting the pressure. Can't get anything by Woll to show for it, but that structure through the middle of the ice, the Leafs are trying to get through there, and it's like trying to get through the Everglades. Swampy, muddy, mucking it down. Like to see that insurance goal. They get those power play opportunities, get the big kills, and large part because of Joseph Woll. This game is still just a one-goal deficit. Anything can happen from this point moving forward. It does feel like you've totally controlled the game for the most part, did exactly everything that you want. But with the game breakers on the other side, with Matthews, with Marner, with Nylander, it's a heartbeat. It's just like we saw last game. It can happen in a blink of an eye. Yeah, you have to be on your toes all the way, continue to play. Love what they're doing through the neutral zone with that 1-3 wing walk that they're able to play. They've been creating turnovers, and that leads to that forecheck pressure that the Panthers are notorious for. And a lot of Panthers shaking their heads after chances, going back to the bench after the saves that Joseph Woll made throughout the first and second period. He's been alarmingly good.
Yeah, there are multiple different storylines that have developed over the course of this game. One of them is Joe Woll.
Yeah, for Joe Woll to stand in there and stop 28 of 29 shots through the first couple of periods and keep this Leafs team in it. This becomes a really critical third period for the Panthers with this lead and maintaining it, holding on. And we know the difference between 2-2 and 3-1 where the Panthers are looking to get to. And we always say it. Last game was a must-have, and now you have this 1-0 lead. And for the Panthers had that one-goal lead last game. They got back into that 1-3 shell a little bit too much for my liking. Just continue. You've been good defensively with that structure, but continue to make sure that you go after it to some extent. Go, and push, and make the Leafs play in their own end. That's tiresome. The more you can do that, better chance of success you're having. If I'm in that dressing room and if I'm the coach, I'm just going more of the same, boys. Keep rolling, more of the same. Let's not get back in any kind of shell.
So 1-0 Panthers through 40 minutes of play here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 4 is presented by AutoNation. Toronto leads the series 2-1. Panthers trying to even it up here tonight. 20 big minutes of regulation time still to go here, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead. Your Cats are on the hunt. Limited number of luxury suites available for the playoffs. Experience the action and style with family, friends, or colleagues. Lock in your playoff suite, 954-835-PUCK, or go to FloridaPanthers.com/suites. Let's keep Amerant Bank Arena loud here in the playoffs. And, well, we're going to step aside now. Jameson Olive from FloridaPanthers.com and the Territory Talk podcast is here. He's going to join Kevin Rogers next for After 40. So that is straight ahead. They'll break down the first two periods. Jeff Blue out-of-town scoreboard after that. Then the world-famous former Twitter segment. You can tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsey B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from you. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs through two periods of play here in Sunrise. Full recap of all of it coming up in just a moment. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay handing it off to Kevin Rogers and Jameson Olive and After 40 next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at BaptistHealth.net/Zotime.
Tabañero hot sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
This is the Florida Panthers' second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission underway from Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers still holding on to that 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. Kevin Rogers and Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. As Game 4 tonight of the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Toronto up 2-1 in the series, so Panthers win tonight. We're knotted up at 2-2, headed back to Toronto for Game 5 coming up on Wednesday as we bring on Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we had a short stint on Friday night because there was a lot of goals, so now with no goals in the second, we got more of you, so that's always fun. So first off, your thoughts on the power play so far tonight. They got the Carter Verhaeghe goal, 15:45 into the first, his fourth of the postseason. But did you feel if the Panthers didn't cash in there, it would have been a really disappointing first if they couldn't get a power play on 4 opportunities?
I mean, you would have liked to, but obviously, just given how this series is and how tight it is, the Maple Leafs are just putting so many bodies in front of the net. They're blocking a ton of shots. That being said, the puck movement's been nice in the power play. They haven't really been getting off any set plays for the most part. They're still getting more pucks on net than we've seen. Seth Jones is doing a great job holding the blue line. They're getting a lot of good zone time on the power play. That's what I care about more than anything. There's some power plays where the puck just keeps getting cleared and you're never in the zone. That's a bad power play. Tonight, they had some pretty good power plays. Feel like another one's coming. It's based on the way this game's going. It feels like each team's going to get at least one more power play here in the third period, and one of them's going to cash in. For the Panthers, that'd be a huge goal. But overall, the power play, it's still kind of getting its legs. Seth Jones has only been there with this specific group of guys since the playoffs started. Let's not forget, Matthew Tkachuk didn't get in there until Game 1 against Tampa, so they're still kind of finding their chemistry together. That being said, I think it looks better and better every game.
Sergei Bobrovsky made 4 saves in the first period, made 8 in the second, but Bob, another big save for him to keep this a 1-0 Panthers lead.
McCabe, long feed, Nylander off to the races. Forsling, can he catch him? Nylander in, backhand shot, and a save made by Bobrovsky, and he'll cover. 3:12 left in the second, 1-0. It's the Panthers in front. Sergei Bobrovsky, a nice save.
And a big save there for Bob. And in, the last 5 periods, Jameson, William Nylander, no goals. He did have 2 assists in Game 3, but still after the hot start in Game 1, just 1 goal since. The Panthers have put the clamps down on him.
Yeah, he's been looking for plays just like that, too. It's either him, Tavares a little bit. The Maple Leafs always seem to have at least one guy camping out of the blue line, trying to get that breakaway, stretch the Panthers' defense out. They had success with that in the first 2 games, not so much here the last 2. Yes, Bob made the save, but Gustav Forsling chasing down William Nylander on that play. There's maybe a handful, 4 or 5 defensemen in the NHL that can close the gap on William Nylander and disrupt him enough to make that save a lot easier for Bob. He's the Panthers' fittest player. He wins the award every training camp. You see right there. That was just incredible. I'm going to watch that highlight if the Panthers win this game for years to come, because that's just, like I said, that's just otherworldly. Not a lot of players in the NHL can do that. I hope fans realize when they're watching that on TV, that is not normal. That is superhero stuff there from Gustav Forsling.
I know that it was 2 years ago, Jameson, but seeing what the Panthers have done to put the clamps on Auston Matthews in that second-round series 2 years ago and so far in this series, what do you see how the Panthers have just been able to silence him and keep him out of the net.
You know, it's been the Panthers. He hasn't scored against the Panthers yet in the last 2 times they've seen each other in the playoffs, like you said 2 years ago, and now this year's series. Knock on wood, hopefully we're not jinxing anything talking about this, but he's eventually going to get it. He's Auston Matthews. He scored 60-plus goals in a season in this league. He's an elite goal scorer, but it's just something, not even just the Panthers, the playoffs. You know, early in his career, he was a playoff scoring machine, and now I think it's the last 18, 19 games maybe he has 3 playoff goals, not just against the Panthers, that's against everyone, just total playoff games. So something about the playoffs. He's still great defensively. He's great in the face-off circle. He's doing a great job. Just kind of negating the Panthers when they're out there. But for a guy that, like I said, can score 60-plus goals, you expect that from him in the playoffs as well. So it hasn't been there, but the Maple Leafs are a team where if he's not doing it, we've seen it's William Nylander, it's Mitch Marner, it's Tavares. They're deep enough that even if a guy isn't feeling it, you know, one of those guys will step up. That being said, like I said, he's going to wake up eventually. He's going to get that goal. You just got to make sure it's not against you. The Panthers need to find a way to survive here for a little bit longer.
Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we appreciate it. We know we'll be talking to you Wednesday in Toronto. Hopefully we can also talk to you Friday back at home. But first, we'll worry about Wednesday in Toronto. Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, as always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garage.
There's Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Panthers a 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. 2 periods down. Carter Verhaeghe is fourth of the playoffs, 15:45 into the first. Tkachuk and Barkov assisting. Sergei Bobrovsky so far 12 saves. Joseph Woll's made 28 saves on 29 Panther shots, but the Panthers still in front looking for a split of the first 4 games. Coming up, we have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers won. The Maple Leafs nothing after 2. Game 4 of the second round Eastern Conference Best of 7 series continues right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river.
I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Panthers a 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. Kevin Rogers with you. Carter Verhaeghe, power play goal in the first. That's held up so far. Panthers looking for back-to-back wins to tie the series up at 2 games apiece. Game 5 coming up Wednesday in Toronto. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. This afternoon in Dallas, the Stars taking a 2-1 series lead over the Jets. Dallas beats Winnipeg 5-2. 3 in the third for the Stars, including a goal from Mikko Rantanen. He continues to be on fire as the most points in the postseason in the NHL, his 9th goal of the playoffs. Dallas now up 2-1. Game 4 coming up on Tuesday, the standalone game in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Coming up tomorrow, 2 games, and the Hurricanes look for a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Capitals in Raleigh. And Game 4 of that series, Carolina up 2-1 after shutting out Washington in Game 3. Vegas can even up Edmonton at 2-2 if they can grab a win tomorrow night at 9:30 in Edmonton as the Oilers led 2-0 early in Game 3. Vegas tied it. Edmonton could not go to overtime as Riley Smith scored in the final second of regulation to give Vegas its first win of the series, and they'll look to even things up at 2 apiece with a win tomorrow night in Edmonton. Coming up, we will take a look, or we're going to go to our world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers won, the Maple Leafs nothing after 2. Game 4 of the second-round best-of-7 series continues right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly, clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
1-0 Panthers in Game 4. Let's get to the world-famous former Twitter segment quickly. Roy in Scotland, Ralph tuned in from the air. We've got Scott the Cop / Marine tuned in Georgia. Special note, all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a party tonight. Rob in Massachusetts, Carl, Northwest Indiana. Jeff tuned in. Dr. Greg, Kurt, South Carolina, Twitter captain. Jason in New York on Sirius XM. Nisi in Tennessee. Judy in Australia. Papa Bear in Pittsburgh. Sean the Hawk is with us tonight. Guru 305 tuned in from Palm City. We've got Noah, Providence, Rhode Island. Gil in Houston. Terry in Louisiana. Dino in Utah. Bruce in Fontainebleau. Also Paul in Naples tuned in. D. Matthews tuned in. Stevie Joe the Dogs. Hank and Chicken Wing tuned in tonight. Andrew and Emily and Miami fan for life out in Arizona. Third period next. 1-0 Panthers on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit FloridaPanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. Presented by AutoNation. 1-0 Panthers over the Leafs. Leafs lead the series 2-1. Panthers trying to even the series up, and off we go here in the third. Nico Mikkola plays it down to our left around the end boards. Jake McCabe to Chris Tanev up the near side. Bouncing pockets. Panthers right to left. Toronto left to right here in this third period across your radio dial. Matthews pressuring Jones. Now Nyes comes up with the puck, gets it deep into the Panthers' end, and pressures Nico Mikkola. The Panthers get it moving. Lundell into the neutral zone with it, and he will flop one down to our left back behind the Leafs net. Brad Marchand wins a race to it, leaves it back behind the goal. Anton Lundell, far corner. He'll wind one around near side. The only one in the neighborhood is Brandon Carlo for Toronto. He scoots along near boards, lost it. Now Morgan Riley bangs it up the near side. Lawton to Yarncroke, dances out front, a shot. He sent it wide. Over on the far boards, a loose puck swatted back through the neutral zone by Rodriguez. Close ice, it's Morgan Riley. Here to Carlo, and then on for Yarncroke. He'll dump it in. Ekblad in the corner. Shoved there by Stephen Lawrence. The puck rolls away. Forsling to clear. He'll get it out for the Panthers. Ekman Larson down to our left. Back and forth with Shimon Benoit. Ekman Larson long pass to center. Angled down to our right by Lawrence. Batted aside by Bobrovsky. Stephen Lawrence in there first for the Leafs. Over in the far corner, Bennett cancels him out. Puck played up the far side. Lawrence intercepts, whips it to the goal. Save Bobrovsky in front. It was Tavares to Nylander, and it just bounced away. Back come the Panthers then. It's Evan Rodriguez up the near side to dump one in. Down to our left behind the goal. Benoit to Nylander. Nylander bounces one along. The Leafs don't clear. It rolls in on Woll. He'll cover, shoving in front.
Oh, another collision in front here, and all of a sudden Woll's a little bit banged up here.
And Benoit bumped Ekman Larson into his goaltender, Woll, and Joe Woll back to his feet. 18:26 left in the third. 1-0 Panthers. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Robert Griepers, our on-site engineer, and back in studio control, Trevor Harris. And tell you what, that's one thing. If you look over at Joe Woll's brief run in the National Hockey League, where if you're a Leafs fan, you're probably holding your breath there, because there have been some instances where Joe Woll has had injuries flare up at times. And it looks like he's okay here, and you wish for the health of everybody, but that's been one thing that he's dealt with in his brief time in the National Hockey League, is sometimes staying on the ice.
That is true. And some of the numbers through the first opening period, Panthers 15 scoring chances compared to 7 for the Leafs. 4 grade A scoring chances for the Panthers, only 1 for Toronto. And if you're looking at the odd man rushes, which has hurt the Panthers, there's only been 1 at each side. So this game has been played down in the trenches.
And that's the Panthers' wheelhouse as Verhaeghe dumps it down to our left. Panthers would like to get a little bit more of a cushion here, though. Just a 1-goal lead, going back to that Verhaeghe goal in the first period. A power play tally way back in the opening frame. Nylander, a pass to Tanev, gets across center, try to rink-wide feed that didn't connect with Tavares, and the Panthers grab control back. Verhaeghe to Mikkola. Up the near side, Nico Mikkola to the circle. A shot, and a glove save made by Woll, and he will hang on there. 2:05 off the clock in the third period. 1-0 the Panthers over the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I love watching the fourth line guys play. Line change there, and all of a sudden Gadjevich, who scored a goal by driving hard to the net, that went off his skate last game. Nosek, same thing here. Mikkola has it down the side, and nothing's going to come of this play, but Gadjevich drives hard, takes the defenseman with him. That allows Mikkola some time to get that wrist shot off and pick his head up. Well, with another save, but put that head down, middle lane drive, you will open up space.
Schmidt to Kulikov, a shot tipped on goal. Woll down on the seat of his pants. He's able to make the save. That was a redirected puck out front that kind of trickled into the blue paint, and Joe Woll able to get on top of that. 17:49 left in the third. 1-0 Panthers.
Nosek was 55% in the faceoff circle last game, and the Panthers not good in the faceoff circle this game either. But they're able to win one there clean and get some traffic in front. Dangerous redirection.
Off the faceoff win for the Leafs. Ekman Larson clears. Kulikov backed up to his own line. Far side, Nosek up the boards, dumps it in down to our left. Paul Maurice had nothing but great things to say about the way that fourth line had conducted itself when they were out of the lineup, as now the Leafs scoot through center ice. Domi, far side Holmberg to Domi, left circle, a shot. He zipped it wide, rims around. Rear here on the near side will clear it down to our left. No icing here. The Leafs will have to play at Holmberg. Bumped by Gadjevich. Got a pass around for Benoit. Benoit then on for Ekman Larson. Banks it up the near side. Here's Bobby McMahon. Into the near circle. And he's dumped over by Ekblad. McMahon stays with it to Nylander in the near corner. Up top, Carlo. A big drive in and that one is high of the net. Off to the far boards, picked up by Lundell, and he will hand it to Etsi Luostarinen over the offensive line. Off to the near point for Gus Forsling. A shot tipped on goal to save Woll loose in front. Whacking away as Marchand couldn't make good contact with it, but he has it on the near boards now. Plays it around. Ekblad touch pass Lundell. He's able to hold it in the zone. Put it down to the corner. Morgan Riley grabs it back, but getting back to that point about the fourth line, Billy, Paul Maurice said if he was going to bring them back in, he wanted to bring them back in as a trio, and they've not disappointed.
No, they haven't. Simple. Just play the game simple. It's easy.
Now the puck put to the net by Tavares in front of chance. Oh, what a save by Bobrovsky on Matthew Knies. Backhand from right in front. The biggest Leafs chance of the game. And Sergei Bobrovsky protects the 1-goal lead.
Diabolical save by Bobrovsky. He's able to slide over. He went to cover the rebound with his glove. Lost it. The quick pass in front. And he's able to scramble over in time to make that save.
Now on the end boards, a collision. The Leafs have it. Marner in the far circle, backing out to the far point across McCabe. One-timer and a stick save, Bobrovsky. Now Tanev here to the near corner for Pacioretty. To the end boards for Tavares. John Tavares into the near corner. To the near circle. Good defensive pressure put on there by Matthew Tkachuk, who knocked the puck away, but Marner able to grab control, plays it around far point. It's McCabe there for the Leafs. Down and around the end wall. Puck rolls into the near corner. Carter Verhaeghe, the first one on it, and he will float one out to center. And here on the near side, a takeaway. Marner, he'll head in near circle to the near corner. Marner looking back to the high slot, deflected away. He was trying to feed a lot, and the puck goes down to our left. First sequence where the Panthers have really heavily leaned on Sergei Bobrovsky, and he came through.
Some pressure there, and Matthew Tkachuk at the end of a shift. You got to get it out. He tries to force feed it through the middle of the ice, and it comes back the other way. Late shifts, just know it. This time, third period, get it out. All of a sudden, big collision here.
Yeah, it's Ekman Larson who got a piece of Rodriguez in the neutral zone, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. It was away from the puck. Yeah, and it's going to be an interference call. We'll have to get a further look at it, but this is Evan Rodriguez down on the ice right now, being tended to by Panthers head trainer Dave DiNapoli. And
hopefully he's going to be okay when we get a look at our replay.
Right. And it's Oliver Ekman-Larsson who got a piece of him. They were going through the neutral zone, and we haven't had a chance to see it a second time on our replay monitor. But
we're getting close here.
Evan Rodriguez is.
Oh, he just took him flat out. Didn't even have the puck.
Face down right now.
So this is very similar to, not with the speed. There's not as much speed involved, but the Brandon Hagel hit on Barkov down deep in the corner in the first round against Tampa Bay. This is the same sort of scenario where a player doesn't have the puck and you go up high towards the head. The collision that Hagel hit Barkov with had a lot more speed involved in it, but Rodriguez is going to go down to the tunnel end.
And he's shaking up, man.
Well, that's an elbow to the head. They should. Yeah. They got to go 5 originally and just take the review from there. But there should be a 5-minute major on Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
We have a major penalty on the play.
So now taken to review, which is correct, and I believe this 5-minute major will stand because the initial point of contact was the elbow up high on the head of Rodriguez. And it's unintentional. It's away from the play. And Rodriguez, that's a big miss. He's been playing good in this game, a lot of speed, and got his bell rung up high there. Not expecting that hit. Why would you? And Oliver Ekman-Larsson, not known normally for that kind of stuff, just kind of took a cheap headshot right at Rodriguez, and Rodriguez goes down to the ice, and this should be upheld, and the Panthers should get a 5-minute power play out of this, no question. What we've seen in the past, it's eerily similar to what we've seen against Barkov, but this is in the middle of the ice and not with quite as much speed and tempo involved.
Man, the puck wasn't there, so.
And there's head contact made. If there wasn't, Rodriguez wouldn't be laying down on the ice. He got dinged up high, and we're getting other looks at our replay, and yeah, no need for that. The puck was nowhere to be found. Wow.
So they reduce it to 2 minutes.
Okay. Roll with it.
So the Panthers wind up with the Public's power play. First things first, you hope Evan Rodriguez can shake that off quickly.
Just judging from what I've seen in the past with the interference calls, everything that's been that way has been 5 minutes. Even going back into our series, we saw a couple of interference calls that ended up being 5-minute majors. Nonetheless, 2 minutes, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. We hope for the health of Rodriguez, and the Panthers do get 2 minutes on the power play.
So a face-off near circle down to our left. It would be a great place to see the Panthers make the Leafs pay and double their lead.
No shortage of stuff to talk about in this series.
Not at all. Face-off near circle down to our left. And off the draw, Toronto with it. Matthews a quick clear. Down to our right it goes.
I just firmly believe that was going to be 5 just on basic past rulings, but down to 2 for Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Here's Seth Jones to Barkov, and then right side it's Reinhart. Into the offensive end, it's played down, rims around, near side, Barkov out front. Kachuk fields it on a bounce in the far circle. Played it around the end boards. Here on the near side, Matthews a shoulder into Verhaeghe, but the Leafs don't clear. Seth Jones holds the puck near point. Near circle, Barkov, a shot blocked by Tanev. Into the near corner, Barkov with it. Barkov, he'll wind it around. McCabe cuts it off behind the net. Tanev, stick handles out of trouble, and then Marner there to punch it off the glass and out of the zone down to our right. 1:14 left in the Publix power play. Outlet feed immediately from Bobrovsky. At center, Reinhart. He'll give to Kachuk, then Verhaeghe. Into the near circle, down for Barkov. Dances out front, and it just goes wide. Tried to take it across the goal line, then that forehand to backhand move out front. Puck just went wide. Behind the net, it's Kachuk. Kachuk far side of the ice, along the boards, it's Reinhart. Up top, Jones. To the high slot, Verhaeghe. Back out to Jones. Long shot blockered away by Woll. Here on the near side, sliced at by Yarkrow. Here's Nyes on a breakaway, short-handed for Toronto. Nyes in shot, he missed wide. On the end boards, Nyes with it again. Jones in after him, and it's Barkov to come up with control then. 30 seconds left in the power play, and the Panthers dodge a big bullet there.
It's about as big as you can get. Jones tried to keep it in and alive at the blue line. Once he missed on it, Nyes was gone. In full flight, he tried to go high to the blocker and just missed up high.
Now Lawton a takeaway. Out of the zone. That one's going to take a bounce off Ekblad's stick. He was trying to feed it back to the defense. Leafs trying to push it offensively. Here's a long feed. Tanev in for Lawton, who stayed on side near circle. Backhand shot. It's wide. And that rims around to the far corner. Lundell didn't clear. Nylander far side. To Carlo right. Circle a shot. And he airmailed that one. Around it goes. And Lundell able to bounce one into neutral ice. The Leafs try to start back in, but an offside call. 12:57 left in the third. 1-0. It's the Panthers over Toronto. We'll bring it back for more. Game 4 presented by Auto Nation in just a moment. A 1-0 Panthers lead here in Game 4 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
12:57 to go. Period number 3. 1-0. The Panthers leading here in Game 4, presented by Auto Nation. 32-17. The Panthers out shooting the Toronto Maple Leafs here. And the goal tonight is to force this series back to Toronto for Wednesday night's game, tied 2-2.
Matthew Nyes, and that's what Joseph Woll's meant down at the other end. Just one break. All of a sudden, Nyes had it on his stick on a clear-cut breakaway.
Face-off coming in the neutral zone, and yeah, that was the most dangerous chance the Leafs have had the whole game. Their second leading goal scorer in these playoffs. Nice. Here's Forsling. Up the center, and it's played down to our left. Woll, the goaltender. Off the glass, Nosek used his body to keep it down low. Then it's Reinhart behind the net. Nosek slotting into the Rodriguez spot on this line with Barkov and Reinhart for now. Out to the near point, it's Forsling down here on the near side. Reinhart to the net. That one's wide. Rims out to the far point, taken by Forsling and played back down low with a backhand. In the far corner, Barkov gives to Nosek. He was tied up there. Panthers do keep it down low. Around the end boards, here's Brandon Carlo. Carlo across the ice. Morgan Riley for Toronto. 12-13 to go in the third. A 1-0 Panthers lead from a Verhaeghe power play goal back in the first. Still holding up. Long pass to center. The Leafs have it. Here's Matthews taking a feed from Marner. He'll play it down to a right off the end boards. Luosterinen in there. Marner leans into him. And a battle for a loose puck here on the near side. Matthews able to grab it. Then Marchand bumped it away. Forsling on the near side. He's dumped over but got the puck out beyond the line. Ekman-Larsson cross ice. Nice over the blue line. Dumped over there by Ekblad. And the Panthers get a clear from Lundell all the way down to our left. And this will be whistled for icing. So 11:41 to go in the third. 1-0. It's the Panthers over the Maple Leafs.
And back to that Oliver Ekman-Larsson. We do it. Other teams do it. But they just play on. If anything comes out of it, say player safety, let them handle it. The refs handle everything on the ice. And I've always said you got to react to what's happening in front of you.
Yep.
Just move on because the call's been made. There's nothing you or anyone else can do about it at that point. And playoffs are physical, and here's just another example of it.
Face off, far circle down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Out to the blue line, it's Morgan Riley across for Brandon Carlo. Now Nylander straight on at the blue line. Backhand to the net, and Bobrovsky somehow, some way through traffic makes the save with the glove and holds on.
Leafs are pushing here in the third period.
They are. It's been their best of the game.
Yes, they spent some time, and they're starting to create zone time, great scoring chances. This time they run the forward up high and able to get that backhand shot, and Panthers do a really good job blocking out in front, allowing Sergei Bobrovsky to see that backhander by Nylander. Look a lot for the Leafs. They do run Marner out high, try and get that forward lost with the two defensemen out around that blue line. Saw Marner get a goal like that, get an assist in this series like that. It's a dangerous play, and if you're a defenseman, you got to be aware to jump out high. It's uncomfortable, but you have to do it.
11:31 to go, third period. 1-0. The Panthers over the Leafs. Puck pulled out to the far point of Morgan Riley for Toronto. Action inside the Panthers zone down to the right. It's banked around the end boards. A race for it near side. Bobby McMahon behind the net. Max Domi. Domi looking out front. That pass deflected away. Kachuk far boards. On for Bennett. Panthers into the neutral zone. They work down to our left for Hagee. Gets it deep to the end wall. First one there is Sam Bennett. Into the near corner for the Panthers. Bennett along the near boards. A backhand to the net. Cut off by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He'll leave it on the end wall for Domi. Domi to the far circle. Long outlet for Morgan Riley. And then he peels back inside his own end. Pass across Ekman-Larsson. Then Riley. Morgan Riley back in his own end. 10:53 to go in the third. 1-0 the score. Long feed. Here's Marner heading in right side. Backhand across. Over the stick of Matthews, but he'll grab it on a bounce. Backhand to the net. Save made by Bobrovsky. Nice. Battling for a loose puck out front. Couldn't make contact with the rebound. And the Panthers get a clear from Jones.
Nice. Got a piece of that. That redirection off that end wall shot by Matthews. Was up high, but
McCabe to Tanev. Left side, it's Marner not able to field the pass. And Barkov drops it back inside the Panthers' end. Jones to Mikkola. Up the near side, it's out of the reach of Verhaeghe. Deep into the Leafs zone, Joe Woll leaving it for Simone Benoit. Up the far side, Benoit. Over the center red line, lofts one in. First one down for Toronto is Lawton, but he didn't reel in control of the puck. Ekblad for Lundell. Into the neutral zone, Lundell. He'll drive it down. A lively inboard bounce. Benoit blew a tire, almost took out his goaltender. But here on the near side, the Leafs able to get a clear. Lawton in the neutral zone, hands it off for Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg gave it away, crossing into the offensive end for Toronto. Nate Schmidt bounces one back into the neutral zone. Down to our left, Ekman-Larsson across for Morgan Riley.
Again, the little plays that Gustav Forsling makes. All kinds of bodies in front there. Looks like, and they're humming down on the forecheck. And with two bodies barreling down on him, he pokes it with one hand on his stick. It starts the breakout.
9.5 minutes to go here in the third. A 1-0 Panthers lead. Getting into the late stages here this evening. Nylander up towards center. dances in offensively for Toronto. Backhand feed to Riley. Put down and around the end boards. Nate Schmidt got blasted by Pacioretty. Didn't get the clear. Tavares tried a between-the-legs pass for Pacioretty. That didn't connect. Out to the far point. It's Oliver Ekman-Larsson for Toronto. Long shot tipped and a save made by Bobrovsky. Juggles and he holds. 9:03 left in the third. 1-0. The Panthers in front. The Leafs pressuring more here in the third than they have at any other point this evening. But Sergei Bobrovsky and the Panthers weathering the storm. 1-0 Panthers in Game 4, presented by AutoNation on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. 1-0. Panthers lead over Toronto in Game 4, presented by AutoNation. The Leafs lead the series 2-1.
Sergei Bobrovsky's time to shine. You go back to that save on Matthews on the side of the net where it looked like he had an empty cage after he tried to cover the rebound, and then some pressure here from the Leafs, and Sergei Bobrovsky holding his own at the other end. We talked about Woll down at the other end for the first two periods. Here in the third period, it has turned the tables, and it has been Bobrovsky's moment.
Face off far circle down to our right. It's Lundell against Matthews. And they face off to Sergei Bobrovsky's right. 9:02 left in the third. A 1-0 Panthers lead. And looks like we're going to drop the puck again.
I don't know if it's just human nature, but to see the Panthers back into that 1-3-1 a lot in the neutral zone instead of pressing, trying to get in on that forecheck, I would still put more of an emphasis on going, getting after it.
Off the draw, Nyes to Morgan Riley, then Nyes again. A shot partially blocked. Puck goes up and over the net, stays in play. Here on the near boards, down to the corner, it's Jones, then Luostarinen. On the near side, he'll lob one out of the zone. It goes all the way down to our left, and not far enough for an icing. Woll leaving it for Morgan Riley. 8:43 to go, third period, 1-0. It's the Panthers over Toronto. Morgan Riley from behind his own net, long feed to center. He just shot that one all the way down, basically. Was hoping Nyes would bat it out of the air. 8:34 left in the third. 1-0 Panthers. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The fastest game on ice. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. CIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Draw here in the near circle down to our left. Barkov leans in against Auston Matthews. After the icing call, Morgan Riley going for the home run pass. Wasn't the best decision by him.
No, everything was covered through the middle.
Off the face-off, Sam Reinhart a shot, and that deflects high of the net. Over to the far corner, then Barkov. Out to the point, Ekblad. Long shot, tipped in front, and Nosek reaching for the rebound. It was just out of his reach. Cleared on by Marner down to our right. Ekblad back on for Barkov. Quick counter for the Panthers here. Barkov near side, Nosek. He'll put it out in front. It just jumped over Reinhardt's stick. On the far boards, nice. Gives then to McCabe.
With Rodriguez out, Nosek getting a chance on that top line.
Tavares to Nylander. And then he'll Bring it off to the near boards. A pass straight on. Off Tavares. Off Ekblad. And then the puck goes down to our left. Sam Bennett there to the far circle. Bennett walks in front. Makes a move. And he scores! Sam Bennett gives the Panthers a 2-0 lead with 7:50 to play here in the third. Playoff Sam doubles the Panthers' lead.
There's the neutral zone again. Clogging it up. And this time it pays off. The Leafs trying to force everything. And what patience there by Sam Bennett. Nylander zigzagging through the middle of the ice. And he tries to force a pass. It gets blocked at the blue line, and they're off to the races. Verhaeghe going to the net. He had Tanev with him. And Bennett down that right wing, left-handed shot, just held on to it, and outweighted the goaltender, Joseph Woll. What a Sam Bennett in the playoffs. It's just this time of year, just rising to the occasion. That's the storyline that's been happening all night. The Panthers finally get a goal off it, though. Being able to stuff that speed. The Maple Leafs trying to make plays through the middle of the ice. It's not there.
Domi in, shot, save made by Bobrovsky with the glove hand. And then McMahon and Kulikov out front of the net. A little tussle here, and our linesman in the middle of it. Then Bennett and Yarncroke into some shoving. 7:31 left in the third. 2-0 the Panthers in front. And now the Panthers have the Maple Leafs, Billy, extremely uncomfortable.
You needed that second goal, and a lot of good saves by Sergei Bobrovsky to keep that a 1-0 lead for the Panthers here in the third period. Finally get that chance, and on that turnover, it was crazy because Tanev was getting back. As Tkachuk ran over in the middle of the ice. But
Bobby McMahon
Tanev was back with Verhaeghe. And also screaming back was McCabe, the defenseman. And for whatever reason, McCabe went after Verhaeghe too. And both the defensemen ended up the side of the net. If McCabe decides to attack Bennett, he doesn't have that time to hang on to the puck. But Bennett just realizing, okay, both defensemen gone to Verhaeghe. I don't have to pull the trigger down the wing. And that's a confident player. Just no one realizing. And I talked about the playoffs. You don't have as much time as you like, as I often say, but you have more time than you think. Perfect example on that goal by Bennett.
Nice out to the line. Ekman-Larsson pressured there by Luostarinen. Anton Lundell will clear, and Morgan O'Reilly bats it the other way. Up the far side, Seth Jones, and this one deflects down to our left, Joe Woll, the goaltender. Held on to it too long. Luostarinen took it away from the goaltender. In comes Morgan O'Reilly along the end boards, but the puck dished off to Marchand to Jones. Long shot, it's wide. And loose back in behind the net. Morgan O'Reilly gives off to Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and he will play it out to the neutral zone. Dumped in by Matthew Nyes. Down behind the net, Mikkola. He plays it to the far side of the ice. Nyes stopped it up, lost it to Marchand. He'll clear. 6:46 to go, third period. 2-0 Panthers in front of Toronto. Down to our left inside the Leaf zone. It's Benoit to Carlo. Now it's Holmberg spinning it off to the far side of the ice where it's dumped in by Benoit. Into the near corner, Forsling lost it to Lawrence, who flings it out front, missed wide off the far corner boards. Benoit to Carlo, then to the far circle, Lawton. And Barkov will keep it to the outside. Nosek looks to clear. Sam Reinhart up the boards. He's run into Benoit. Near side for Carlo. Carlo across to Benoit again. The Leafs tried a lot of passes in the air. They really have a lot of faith in trying to be able to knock pucks down, or
here's another
practice with a
turnover,
lacrosse stick.
Yeah. But what's happening here
Here's
now?
a shot from Verhaeghe. He was set up by Schmidt, and the pass sent, or the shot sent over the net.
The Panthers can sit back now and make the Maple Leafs come the full 200 feet of the ice.
Tkachuk disrupts a play at the line. In go the Panthers. Verhaeghe, Kulikov a shot, Woll the save, and he will absorb that. 5:46 left in the third. 2-0 the Panthers lead Toronto here. Game 4 presented by AutoNation, and the Panthers will look to close it out on the other side. Panthers get that important insurance goal. 5:46 left in the third, and the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
5:46 left in the third period. Game 4 presented by AutoNation. A 2-0 Panthers lead over Toronto, and the Panthers trying to even this series at 2 games apiece if they can finish this one off tonight. Still 5 minutes and 46 seconds to play, but the Panthers in a great spot, and they have this Maple Leafs group a bit frustrated. Face off in the near circle down to our left. Barkov with Nosek and Reinhart. These three together since Rodriguez has left the game with an injury. Here's Reinhart. A shot stopped by Woll. No status updates on Rodriguez ever since he went down the tunnel, so we'll keep you updated there in the event he's able to get back in. Over on the far side, McCabe, then to Tanev. Up the near side, Nylander. A race fourth in, Pacioretty in for Toronto. Dishes to Tavares, who's patient with it. Canceled out by Nosek here on the near side. And a rolling puck here along the near boards. Nosek able to pop it along. Barkov takes over, hands it across. Reinhart into the neutral zone. He'll guide one down to our left. In the far corner after it, McCabe.
Watching the defense from the Panthers with that 1-3-1. It's so in sync, and you can really see it from up here. Just how magical it can be when it's on.
Bennett, first one back in the Panthers' end, plays one around the end while Yarncroke disrupts things. Domi a pass, and that one was 4 or 5 feet in the air. Nobody's going to receive that. It goes all the way down to our left, and Joe Woll to play it. Brandon Carlo, long pass. Yarncroke tips it. All the way down it goes. Around far corner, picked up by Bennett, and he'll hand it on for Verhaeghe. Played around the end boards, then into the neutral zone. Brandon Carlo has control for Toronto. 4.5 minutes to go, third period, a 2-0 Panthers lead over the Leafs. Long feed straight on Matthews. He can't settle it down. Back into the Panthers zone. It's Forsling there. He'll hand it on to Marchand out of his reach. Marner kept it in. Near corner. A tussle between Mikkola and Nyes. And Mikkola with control of the puck. Matthews poked it away as he arrived on the scene. Now Marner, Ekman Larson back to Marner. Threads it to Matthews, who backs out the line. Marner, a one-timer that's partially blocked by Lundell. Puck goes to the near corner, and Marchand will lob it out of the zone.
That's frustrating. Matthews gets it. Someone's right there. All of a sudden it gets back to the point. Marner's looking for a slap shot, thinking maybe I have some time. Nope, it gets blocked.
Puck played inside the Panthers zone. Here's Ekblad to Forsling up the near side. It's Reinhart backhand feed. Nosek juggles a bouncing puck into the offensive end. Into the near corner. Shouldered by Morgan Riley. Here in the near corner then. The battle for the loose puck continues. It's played out front of the Leafs net. Rolls to Reinhart right circle. Now Reinhart, he'll dangle back behind the goal off to the far corner. A backhand feed up top. Seth Jones awaits. Gives across. Kulikov long shot deflecting. Didn't get through. Nosek a sharp angle try, and Woll able to adjust to make the save there. 3:16 left in the third. 2-0 the Panthers over the Maple Leafs. The shot on goal advantage, 36-20 for the Panthers.
It's been a good game all around. It's what we saw in the second period, last game late in the first period. We've seen it for 60 minutes tonight. Most complete game that we've seen in this series, maybe all of the playoffs for the Panthers. For what you're trying to look for from their identity, their DNA. This has been a complete one so far through the first 57 minutes. Now just looking to put it away with 3:16 on the clock. I believe next time that the Leafs get it down in the offensive zone, that Joseph Woll will be headed to the bench for the extra attacker.
Yeah, the Leafs need two, so you figure they're going to go to the extra attacker maybe a little earlier than normal. Face-off near circle down to our left. Lundell and Matthews on the draw. Matthews able to get it back. McCabe behind the net for Toronto. Hickman Larson behind the net. McCabe has it in the trapezoid. Coming up on 3 minutes exactly remaining here in this third period. Long pass McCabe. Intercepted by Seth Jones, and he'll chip it right back in.
Put that on repeat.
And I think McCabe just let everybody in the building know exactly where he was going to put that pass, and Seth Jones read it like a book. Now in goes Matthews as he dances past a couple of Panthers, but couldn't get all the way through everybody. Puck down to the end boards. Tavares around for Nylander. Net empty down to our left in the Toronto zone. Marner for Matthews. Back in front. Tipped wide by Tavares. Far corner Nylander. Up top, and Riley juggles offside called against Toronto. So a whistle and a face-off. Then Marchand went over and gave him a little bump. 2:31 left in the third. 2-0. It's the Panthers over the Leafs.
Marchand has some words for Riley after he bobbled that bucket at the blue line. That's a tough play coming back, and all that offensive momentum you have. Looks like Craig Berube might use his timeout with his top players being on the ice for a while. 2:31 on the clock, and that seems to be the case.
2:31 left. Game 5 of this series is going to be Wednesday at 7 o'clock in Toronto. We'll be on the air with Panthers Preview at 6:30. Wherever you're tuned in tonight, you can find us coming up on Wednesday evening. And then if the Panthers get out of this with the victory tonight, there will be a Game 6 here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise coming up on Friday night.
Well, the boa constrictor has been out tonight for the Panthers.
Yep.
It has been suffocating for the most part. But Joseph Woll, the other end, for his heroics, kept him around long enough, and they had some really good chances. They had the breakaway by Nyes, the side of the net by Matthews. They've been spotty, but that team has enough talent. They're going to create chances throughout the course of the game at some point. And it has happened, and when it's been there, Bobrovsky's been able to make the saves, and finally, you got that cushion goal by Sam Bennett.
Face-off just to our right of center, far side of the ice. Barkov and Tavares lean in. And Matthews pulls it back. Nylander dumps it down right in on Bobrovsky. Again, the net empty to our left inside the Leaf zone. Ekblad off the glass. Got the clear. Far side of the ice. The Panthers have it. It's launched to the empty net by Reinhart, but cut off by Mitch Marner, who leads it out of the zone for Tavares. He looks to play one in. That one deflects cross ice. Batted out of the air by Ekblad. He'll work it into the neutral zone. Nosek across center. He's pressured. Can't break free from Tavares to get the shot on the empty net. Now it's Marner handing it back. Nylander through center ice. Right side for Tavares. Play to the corner. Back behind the goal, Ekblad. He'll send it up the far boards and all the way down. And it says a lot about Nosek and what he's done since getting back into the lineup. Getting out there late in the game like this to protect the lead. Now Nyes has the puck knocked away. Turnaround shot from Marchand from the neutral zone toward the empty net. Cut off again by Marner down to our left. 90 seconds left third period. 2-0 Panthers. The Panthers on the verge of tying this series up. It's dumped in. Seth Jones will look to clear. Held in. Nylander long shot. Save. And then the rebound put wide by Tavares. After the Bobrovsky save, Matthews. Nylander at the left point. They go back and forth. Nylander to Marner at the right point. Marner left circle a shot. And Riley stopped by the right pad of Bobrovsky. Loose back in behind the goal, and at the side of the net then, Bobrovsky unable to get it covered. Mikkola plays it up the far boards. Nylander the hold across Marner, 1 minute to go. Here on the near side, it's Matthews. Marner down low. Off the end boards, Jones takes Tavares down. Then Mikkola crunched by Nyes, who's trying to drill the puck free. It's held up on the end wall. Now Jones and Mikkola going to work down here in the near corner to just eat this one up on the boards with help from Anton Lundell. A lot of shoving. This puck's held up. And Nico Mikkola single-handedly just eating away at the clock. Now it's taken away by Matthews. His pass intercepted and Marchand clears. 30 seconds to go in the third. Panthers get a fresh group onto the ice.
How about those heroics down in the corner by
now
Mikkola?
We've got a...
Is there anyone better about holding the puck against Woll? Mikkola finally got his bucket.
Looks like an icing.
Yes,
it's
an icing. Yep. 30 seconds on the clock he spent down in the corner. Remind you of something? Late in the third period somewhere along the line?
Maybe back on June 24th, I remember something like that.
Yeah, very, very similar, just killing the clock, and that killed a ton of it. What an individual effort by Mikkola down the corner, and he had bodies all over him. Finally, they try and center it, and the Panthers ice the puck.
Mikko just wants everybody to be able to go home happy. Face off to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky down to our right. Off the draw, puck picked up by Gus Forsling, sent into the neutral zone. Luostarinen tied up there by Ekman Larsson. Jake McCabe back for the puck. 18 seconds left here in Game 4. Puck played up the near side, Ekman Larsson. Nudged down to our right by Domi. Ekblad there. He's blasted by Yarncroke. Got it over the far boards. This one still is. A hard hit was delivered on Barkov from behind, and that's going to start something as the whistle blows. Now we continue a pileup down there. The final horn sounds. The clock runs out. The Panthers have won Game 4, and this series is tied at 2 games apiece as the Rats rain down here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Heading to Game 5 on Wednesday in Toronto. It's going to be 2-2 in this best-of-7 series, but we've still got a big dust-up going on down to our right.
All kinds of confusion. I'm not sure the game's over, by the way.
The whistle may have blown.
Yes, they're keeping everyone on the bench.
And Barkov got run into hard from behind. And thankfully, he's all right.
Everyone calls us dirty and dangerous. Well, we've seen plenty from the other teams against us. I'm not sure what that is always about, but this time here, Barkov just takes a hefty hit from behind. Never like to see that. Been some sequence and frustration starting to boil over from the Leafs squad.
Now, they're a frustrated hockey team, and they were tonight just spending the whole evening looking for answers.
Well, if the refs, if they want anything out of this, there was about 2 seconds on the clock when all that developed, and they let the play run out.
I think
that's geez. That is brutal by Domi.
That was Domi who ran Barkov from behind.
That is a clear, and lucky Barkov got up from that. That is blatantly, that's worse than the Oliver Ekman Larsson one by a long way. Refs decide to kill the clock. Good decision. We're out of here, and we're knotted up at 2.
The Panthers top the Leafs 2-0. A 22-save shutout for Sergei Bobrovsky. This series is tied 2 games apiece going back to Toronto for Wednesday night's Game 5. A 2-0 Panthers win over the Leafs here in Game 4. And this series is knotted up after Toronto took the first 2 in Toronto. The Panthers counter and get the next 2 here in Sunrise. So all even going back north of the border for Wednesday night's Game 5. We'll step aside. A Victorious Cats recap show is next. 2-0 the Panthers over the Leafs right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Florida Panthers hockey. The team coverage doesn't stop now. More with a Cats recap show coming up on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on.
What if I open my soul? Here I stand by myself.